problems, y'all. Okay, cool. Here we go. Okay. The gifted shall inherit the earth. Many decades ago, people began feeling the shift. They could see into life patterns and knew at least vaguely what was coming. Remember when we were different? When society stared at us like crazy people let loose? I'm working it, y'all. I'm working it. Okay, here we go. Once again, the gifted shall inherit the earth. Decades ago, many people began feeling the shift. They could see into life patterns and knew at least vaguely what was coming. Remember when we were different? When societies looked at us crazy, like people let loose in the streets? But have you realized we are becoming the new status quo, caring about the earth and all her creatures, pursuing spiritual awakening, connecting with the powers of magic and manifestation, working with energy and subtle forces, healing through our hearts. Remember, you're not alone anymore. Someone told me there's only one shaman per village. However, we are spread out now to saturate the earth with this new consciousness. It is vitally important to connect with other modern shamans to ground yourself in this new reality, to be reminded that you are not crazy. Together, we are lighting up a pathway to a different, beautiful future of peace, prosperity, and joy. A world where the heart and the soul are beacons we are guided by. So to my anointed, gifted beings, don't ever doubt your gift or your value to the world. I'm grateful that you personally have survived the challenges to hold up your own light for the world. Bless you. The Creator elects. Thank you for sharing your light. Your day up is dawning at last. Peace. And welcome to the Ringing Stone Network, finally getting this together. And I appreciate everybody that showed up on short notice. And you know me, I'm spontaneous. I kind of do crazy things like that. But I definitely appreciate everyone for coming. And last year about this time, I guess we did some readings, and we decided that Tammy and I mean, Star Child and I decided that we would try to do it again. And so this is what we're going to try to do. And this was a good date because there's a lot of folks concerned about the twos in this day. So what I did was I quickly called Brother Eddie Harris. He's our numerologist. And so he's going to give us a brief presentation on the meaning of tomorrow and what kind of energy you bring, and then we'll go into the readings. All right. Peace. Brother Eddie Harris.
Greetings, fam. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Oh, right quick, I just want to bring the basics to tomorrow's date being 2/22/2022, which is a 6 and a 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. The 3 is no more than the connection
Hey, Eddie, do
of
you
the
have some
age
background
of
music
the
behind you?
somebody's playing something. I was trying to
Okay.
go over, but somebody's line is open and they got the music in the background.
Okay, I'll take care of it. I'll find it.
All right. So, again, the 3 is no more than the connection to the age of Aquarius that we're in. Dealing with Aquarius being the 3rd horseman or the 3rd seal. And the 7 seals that are being opened today. We're in that time of Aquarius called the 3rd seal. And at this time, the 3rd horseman coming in on the black horseman, this age being of blackness, coming in on the black horseman came in with a pair of balance. Where once we understand in numerology, we see all of the symbolism, the allegories, metaphors in the Bible are connected to the number behind the word. So when the 3rd horseman, and by the way, family, the 3rd horseman out of the 4 horsemen was the only sign of the horseman that could talk. All the other signs are basically animals. When you look at the 4 signs, they spell salt. Sagittarius, Aquarius, Leo, and Taurus. Salt. Or even turn it around, rearrange the letters in its last. The last will become first. Anyway, family, the 3rd horseman came with a pair balance. Balance is 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. There's a 6. He came with a pair. So that's 1 in one hand and 1 in the other. The balance is no more than the word. Remember, the word has power, but it's understanding now the number behind the word. That's why our word is bond. But that's why even the 6 understanding is representing now the time we're in is called the 6th chakra. It correlates with the 7 liberal arts. We're in the 6th liberal art right now. In the 6th chakra, the brow chakra is called the 3rd eye. 3rd eye, EYE is 12. That's another 3, 3, 3. And on the 6th liberal art is music. Music is the connection to memory. Music is 21, which is 3. Memories is 30. There's that 3, 3. It's only bringing our vibration back on beat. Vibration is 33, 6. Beat is 15, 6. We can use right now, call a hertz frequency, 528 hertz. 5 plus 2 plus 8 is 15, is 6. And 528 hertz repairs our DNA. DNA is the numbers of 411, family, your information station that rides within you. That's your record. That's why record is 24, that's 6. This time tomorrow, all that energy of our history, 33, will be revealed through knowledge, 33, the 6th and the 6th, by way of your 3rd eye using the memories through music. It's real simple. They make it, boy, it seems to be hard, but they've been telling us, we've been hearing the phrase, it's hidden in plain sight. What's hidden? The number behind the word. That's why numbers don't lie. We keep listening to the words. We can lie our butts off with a word. But once you understand the number and you see the number of hundreds of words that come up to the same number as lie, that devil, that's why devil is lie. And that's why 3, 3, they say the devil's in the detail. Devil, 21, which is 3, details is 30, 33. We got to be detailed, baby. And we're not. We all over the place. So again, understanding this is why Aquarius being 34, a 7, deals with the goddess. Goddess is 34, 7. But that 7 is what we are talking about. You mentioned it in your little poem in the beginning, our consciousness. consciousness is 52, which is 7. Our consciousness is being activated. Activate is 34 also, which is 7. The reset that they're talking about is our awakening. And that's what's happening. It's a spiritual awakening that is upon us. The 3 is called a shift, a paradigm shift, family. And we don't really sense it because you got to get out in nature. That's why Aquarius 7 is nature 7. It's all in nature. But each and every one of us has to be our own witness, 7, to see 7 and recognize 7, what we're supposed to do along our journey. Your journey is 7. Everybody's on a particular journey. Just like we say, the world is a stage and everybody has a part. Part is 7. Do you know your damn part in your journey of your consciousness? Even using your conversation, which is 7, because your conversation will reflect the gift 7 of your journey. Hopefully we know it, because that's what we're here to master. Master is 7. A jack of all trades and a master of one. Master the damn self. Know thyself, damn it. That's what it's talking about. The first law of Ma'at. Self, which is 1. You, which is 1. Ma'at, 1. Damn it, come on. We got to see these numbers behind the word. It's been right in front of us. We just got to connect the dots. We got a 7. It's called find the damn way. Way of 7. Find your way. I found mine, and I'm giving my gift away. That's what a gift is meant to be done. Giving away, y'all. I ain't going to do shit with it by myself. That's why understanding metaphysics, it's all connected, baby. We all connected. When we don't understand that, it's a superstition, as Stevie say. When you believe in things you don't understand, family, we suffer. English is an occult language, and we think we know it. Ooh, we don't know. Ooh, not by the number. As Chris Tucker said, and I'm going to leave with this, but I put my spin on it. Do you understand the number of the words that's coming out of your mouth? That's the key. That's the power. It's in the tongue. With that, family, peace and love.
Thank you, Brother Eddie. You forgot one thing, or a couple of things, actually, that you should mention,
What's that?
You have a book, and how could they get in touch with you?
Well, see, right now, I'm going through so many things trying to get this report. It ain't even about that, because we got to truly understand. I got 2 books out, but the key book is each and every one of us. We are all the damn book. This is why they're trying to take us out of here with this damn shot. And by the way, the shot is the mark of the beast, if we didn't really know. See, because beast, again, even in scripture, Revelations 13:18, quote, here is wisdom, y'all. Here is wisdom. Let he who understand count. We ain't counting shit. Count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man. And we see the number of beast is 21, which is 3, and man is 3. There's that 3 again, y'all. And you add 3 up, you get 6 when they go to the 666. Understanding that's no more than a pen by the acronym of 6% proton, 6% electron, and 6% neutron, which is the building blocks of the universe. The pen, baby. That's why it's mightier than the sword. All you did was took the S to sword, put it at the end, and it's words, baby. We got to learn these damn words by the number and beat their ass with they word, because we didn't come up with English. But damn it, we've been given the code now, let's use it. So like I said, we're all a book. We're all the damn movie. I've heard my people express a movie better than they express their damn life. Ain't that as Johnny Guitar Watson said, somebody doing something slick. You can tell me about the Matrix, about the Terminator, about any damn movie in detail, and not detail about your life. That's the book we're supposed to be talking about. But with that, family, I'm going off topic. And again, peace and love. And hey, just keep learning, baby, because that's
I got a big mouth.
Right.
You forgot one other thing. One other thing. Do I need to remind you?
That?
Our family, Eddie does a blog talk show too. Don't you do a weekly blog?
Well, that's another one too, and I didn't mention that because I'm taking a small hiatus again because I need to reboot and recharge to re-energize.
Okay.
Because I've been doing this on Blog Talk for 7 years now, and like I said, I got all the archives. People can go back. I ain't saying nothing different. I've gotten better. That's all. Because every time we tell our damn story, the story's supposed to get better. Stop letting Hollywood and everybody else tell our damn story, family. That's why they want to take us out of here. That mark of the beast being 21, shot is 21. And ain't they trying to give everybody the damn mark with the shot? That lie is 12. And who's the greatest liar? The arch deceiver. He's called the devil, 21. Liar, 12. We got to see this for what it is. It's right in front of us. That's why the devil is the only individual that they gave us an image of that holds what they call a trident in his hand. It's called a damn pitchfork, which is a tuning fork, family. We on the wrong tune, the wrong pitch. Because we're using their so-called algorithms, which is 6, family. And they're using algorithms like a mug to study us, to use a record. Record is 24, which is 6. By the way, algorithms is 42. So yeah, I'm showing that the way I talk these numbers, we're the best damn computer out here. Computer is 32. Our brain is 14. We the real to the artificial, family. Come on. Stop letting them tell us what we can do. That a computer can beat us. The hell, we built the damn computer. Oh, don't let me get started, family. Peace and love, y'all.
Well, before you go, you talking about we're going to be on the 6s tomorrow. So you talked about the 6th chakra. You got any information?
Yeah, the 6th
what we should meditate
is your third eye. Your 6th chakra is your third eye. To open your third eye, just go back and use any music from the 60s and the 70s. We called it R&B, rhythm and blues. See, we got to get back. Opening that 7th chakra is dealing with our soul, or the solar realm that we're talking about, the 7th. So yeah, that's why we see over the head that 11 called a halo.
You
swing low, halo. But
you sound like one of those Delphonics when you did that. But you know.
But see, that's the key to our memories, that music back there. And see, we've let them hijack our music. See, because the 7 that I was talking about refers to, biblically, they call it the I am that I am. I am consciousness, y'all. That's what I am. We all are. I am is the big damn bang that they call in science. It's the same damn thing. We don't see the numbers. We hold on to the words. In music, the big bang, the I am, is hip hop, but they've corrupted it, and we know that because there's no consciousness anymore in hip hop. And if I'm lying, somebody tell me, please. Because it's the number behind the words that show me everything. My opinion, excuse me, family, don't mean shit, because we all got one. We all got an opinion, just like we all got an asshole. Guess what? Opinion is 19, which is 1. Asshole is 28, which is 1. Out of one end, your opinion comes your word. Out of the other end, your asshole comes shit. Don't shit on me, family, because shit and word are the same number, 6, 6. That's what we talking about. Tomorrow, 6, 6. Give me your word. Don't give me somebody else's shit, because that's what they've done. They've been telling us all our life, let's throw the shit on the wall and see what sticks. The wall is no more than the information that they done gave you in the shit, and they're going to see what you start talking about, because we manifest everything we say. They ain't got to do shit. Once they throw it out there and we start regurgitating it, we bringing the shit into existence. They don't have the power we do. They know how to use our own damn power against us, because we haven't recognized it yet. We got the power. Anyway, let me pull it back, family.
All right, cool. And family, he's not going to say it, but if you want to get some of Eddie's information, I think it's Old Dry Bones, like that. Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah.
Dry Bones Connection. Yeah. Which one
Dry
is
Bones Connection. The value of the Dry Bones Connection. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or either Boogie Nights in the Basement with Brother D. I've done so many shows with different people. Your show, Beverly D's show I've done. So it's, you know, because like I said, we're all connected. And once we find the patterns that connects our part to the whole, see, because that's all, we're fragmented pieces. We're coming in different parts now. But if you know your parts, you see your whole to the total. That's why the whole is the one, baby. The one frequency we all trying to get to. That one image, and the image is yours and yours alone. That's why you don't get any engraving images. Don't let nobody create your image. You create it. That's your job. With that, family, let me listen to the rest of the family and get my pen and paper out, which I got in front of me anyway, and take my notes.
I appreciate you. And thank you, because I called the brother. It was probably 3:30, you know what I mean? Like that. And he you know, he came in, because some just said we need to explain the tutus, you know, like that, and all the twos, because a lot of people have been really hyped over it. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to skip to, let's skip to the introduction for our readers. And then if anyone wants a reading, please raise your hand like that. And we're going to try to take them in order like that. But what we want to do is do a Star Child 7. You want to go first? Give your information like that, since you know you're somewhat familiar with. Then let's go to Dana. And I think Sister Nikki and Adinkra are here now, I think. And peace, welcome.
Greetings. I can be patient and wait if someone else want to go, Laura, first, but if not, I can.
Yeah, we'll just, you know, give an introduction, give a little background information on you, you know, like that.
So greetings, everyone. Y'all know this is Star Child. I don't know if anybody want to get a reading. Everyone needs to be excited about this energy that is coming up on tomorrow. I don't even know, like, I can even feel that something amazing is going to happen, even in the energetic wise. Like, you know, I can just feel it, even in the atmosphere. I've been feeling it like for the last few weeks with my body, a lot of nerve pain, a lot of pain in like my lower extremities, like my legs, my lower legs. I'm not sure if anybody else been feeling some of the same things. Sorry for the noise in the background, y'all. I'm just coming in. Hold on one second.
So where are you located? Yeah, you know, you were born, you went to school where? We want to your background information, you know, like that. Do I have to? I'm just playing with you, you know, but you
know. Okay. I expect to come in. Sorry, everyone. Well, you know, I'm in Baltimore. I'm in Baltimore, born and raised here. You know, I'm gonna say I was born with a gift. I'm gonna say I didn't use it as much until when I got older. Was kind of, I'm gonna say I was pushed into it. I was pushed in it kind of fast. I want to say a couple of years ago. And now, sorry, y'all, got the kids here to ask me a question. I was trying to pause it out. But now I'm clairvoyant, clairaudient. And if anyone wanna read it, hold on one second, y'all, please. All
right, cool. While you're doing that, Sister Dana, you want to explain a little and give a little background information, you know? And,
Sure. Hi, y'all. How y'all doing? I'm from Philly. Live in South Carolina, born and raised in Philadelphia. I'm a spiritualist. I'm a seer. I've a multitude of gifts that I've come into. A few I've mastered. I do it all, basically. I've been born with this gift. It was hard growing up with it because there's not too many people you can talk to about it. In the meantime, between time, I've become that heir for others who also are grown in their gifts. I'm a teacher. I not, you know, that I went to school to be a teacher, but spiritually, I and that's basically it. And I'm here experiencing all of this Twilight Zone-ish type of stuff.
Man, that's cool. And at some point when you feel like if you want to let us know some things you see about the future, please do. You know what I mean? You know, I'm feeling it's you know, like I'm just crazy because you know she works in a shop where they do Philly cheesesteaks, right? So for lunch, I was going over there to get a cheesesteak, right? And I looked at her car and I noticed she had some things on her dashboard, you know. So, you know, me and my crazy ass, you know, I just walked in, it's like, who got all this crazy stuff on their dashboard, right? Like that. And it wasn't crazy stuff, it was spiritual stuff, which was energy. So I you know, let me be correct. It was items on there that were energy that maybe to protect her car or and her or whoever's riding in it, what have you. But there was spiritual stuff. But I had never seen them displayed. Normally, they're displayed in the back window. Hers was displayed in the front window, so I would see it when I walked by. So when I asked her, and that's how we met. That's the story of I met her, you know, and I think it's her father's store, her store, whatever. I met her and her mate, you know, which he's cool as hell too. And we just started talking and building, and from one thing lead to another. I said, well, let's just do a show. No, and I think I put Tammy on because you know Tammy. Oh, you know, she reads and talks to people. So I think put Tammy on and they talked for a while because I eventually went back to work. So that's how I met the sister. And I'm really excited about meeting more people in the safe zone. And truly, you know, it's like she's from Philly. I'm meeting other people around that's in the Spartanburg area. And I'm finally meeting people that are on my wavelength. Not that I dominate the wavelength, but they're on this wavelength where we're looking at the future and looking at having to survive and preparedness and figure it out why we're in this small little town. You know what I mean? When we prefer, you know, me, I like DC, you know, like that. So I appreciate her coming on in short notice. Next, Wunam Nicky Love, are you there? I thought I saw her.
I'm here, you. My
Peace.
apologies about that, y'all. This is Star again. My apologies. You know, I was just coming in from the market taking care of some things with the kids, so I do apologize about that. Myself, I am a spiritual teacher. I do some spiritual advising. I'm actually taking some life and health coach, so I'm actually learning a lot of things as I'm also able to lead others down the right path spiritually. I do again. I have multiple gifts. I am empathic. Um, like I said, clairvoyant, clairaudient. Sometimes I see, feel. I don't have to see you to actually see what you look like. You know, for some people that don't understand clairvoyance and clairaudience, you know, hearing certain energies. I'm a Reiki healer. I'm a healer. Um, so if anyone have a few questions to ask or anything, I'm here on the line. I'll be sitting in the background, just waiting.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You know, and it's funny because Eddie brought up something really, really nice. You know, like Eddie made a statement about what's my part. So I mean, like some of y'all, if y'all have questions about the tools, then he gave the perfect ones, like to be able to ask our readers, what's your part, and then see what type of information they give from that. Okay, I apologize. Sister Nicky Love, are you there?
Tiku, can you hear us?
Yes, we can.
Okay, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you doing?
How y'all doing
Good.
tonight, family?
There we go. We got y'all now. There we go. What's up, brother? You
How you doing? You said my name right today.
man, I've been practicing that joke all day because I got to get that R placement right. Adinkra.
Yeah, it's okay because a lot of people mess it
I
up.
missed it.
Oh, you
No,
did
you
good.
got it
You
right
got
tonight.
it. You
You
got
got
it.
it right.
You got it.
I've been trying to focus on that R. It's like that R has a, you know, it has an accent, that R. You see what I mean? Adinkra.
Yeah,
Yes, I appreciate y'all. Definitely.
we're glad
Thanks
to
for
be
coming. A little
Well-
background for both of y'all. You know what I mean? Just for
here.
You can go first. I've been on here a couple of times. Let the people know who you are.
Well, I'm Brother Adinkra. I'm an African indigenous traditional healer. This is my wife, Wunam. We do our spiritual work together. We do a lot of spiritual work, We have people, class all around the world. She does the readings for the most part. I stay in the background.
No, he don't, y'all. He can read. He can read just as well. Don't let him lie, y'all.
I'm just saying, for the most part, she does do the readings. I do read, but I like more doing the spiritual work. But that's about it.
All right.
you
right.
are from Houston, Texas, right?
Yeah, I'm from Houston.
And how did you meet Nikki? I mean,
We met a long time ago. We met.
He was my initiate.
I was her initiate, but we met. What
2011.
2011.
Okay. That's
He was
sweet.
one of my initiates. He came from Texas to get initiated.
Yeah, I was at your house this past summer, and I was like, "Oh, that's a beautiful love story." How y'all met, blah blah blah. But now you give me the abbreviated portion, so I'll take it.
That is the abbreviated portion, but I mean, we didn't get together right away.
Yeah,
We didn't get together until 2015. I had a rule. I don't mess with somebody I train. That's one of the rules, with the women. If you train a man, you can't mess with him because,
Yeah, that is one of the rules.
but,
the
ancestors,
said it was okay.
yeah, said it was okay. So we moved on with it.
That's a unique law. I like that law.
And
I know a lot of sisters would love to train their men. You know what I mean? I know.
Well, anytime we have something important, what I do like about the relationship, anytime, because both of us are spiritual, anytime we get ready to do anything that's a big deal or make any big life-changing decisions, we both read it to see if it's okay, and we both go to our ancestors.
Mhm.
So the ancestors, it's very important that people continue to deal with their ancestors, because a lot of people, they get initiated and they forget about their ancestors.
Mhm.
And we don't do that. We always make sure we go to our ancestors.
That's right.
That's powerful. Yeah, I appreciate you. Okay, let's get into the readings. If there's someone that wants to read, please raise their hand, like that. And then, we got readers that'll do what you do. And y'all kind of going in and out,
We are.
Yeah, I think it's your green screen. Probably just
Let me
more.
change. Let me
Yeah.
okay. Let me change the green screen. Hold on for a minute.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Let me get that off. All right, there we go. Okay, that better?
Yeah, we can see it now. Even though I like that background was nice.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And nobody is raising their hand. Does anybody want a reading here?
We on.
Barbara.
Hmm.
It says Barbara's hand is raised.
Oh, world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, my hand is raised.
Greetings, Barbara. Welcome to the Ring
Greetings.
Stone Network. Go ahead.
Just whatever you need to tell me. I'm here. Just tell me anything, whoever. Nobody?
My spirit is screaming, Star Child.
I'm here. Star Child is here. Okay. So, all right. Who's that with their hand raised?
That's
Barbara.
Barbara.
Okay. Hey, Barb, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
That's good.
Okay. So, what was it that you needed to know?
Just anything you want to tell me. It's nothing in particular.
Okay. You just came back from traveling?
No.
Okay. So, what is it? Is you plan on? Is something in plan? Like a boat
You know, something is planned. That's in May.
Okay. Okay, so so you going on a cruise?
No, I'm just going to a yacht and gamble a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm seeing some
Her.
exciting things happening on the boat. So maybe it's that you're gonna win some money. I don't know, I'm just saying some exciting things. I just see your face with your mouth like you excited, like you just scream like, yeah. You
Large
know?
sums of money. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Um, right now, are you experiencing something on your lower left by your hip? What's going on by your lower, almost like in the back, but your lower hip?
No, well, that is my weak side. I had an accident many years ago, and my left side is just my weak side. That's where I have a lot of trauma, but I don't feel anything. I'm standing on my left leg.
Okay, maybe, okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my weak side. So it's always something going on with that, but nothing major, not right now anyway.
Okay. Is there a decision that you been making with there's a male? I don't know if it almost feels business, but it's a male.
Yeah, I
He's
had to work on some.
lighter,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
light, he's light skin, more a lighter.
yes,
Not okay. All
yes.
right. So when he comes in, just okay. So he's going to help you with the business. He's going to help you with it. So you know it's going to be something. There's some little tweaks that's needed that he's going to help you with. Is
Okay.
this so spiritual? Is this spiritual business?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Because I'm seeing him almost like y'all plan on taking a trip together.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Okay, I'm seeing y'all traveling. Okay, so it's going to be some, yeah. Be
Why are you
careful.
laughing? Why are you laughing?
Because I'm seeing him like almost like he have these Google eyes. I don't know what's that about, but you know, it's almost like he had this. I don't know if he drinks or not, but it's almost like I seen this glass in his hand, something light, not real heavy, and it was almost like he gave you this Google eye for a second. So it's kind of funny.
Okay.
Like I was sitting down in a restaurant. Yeah.
It's a group of us, not just me.
Okay. Yeah. So pay attention more to your finances.
Say that again.
Pay attention more to your finances.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why I'm getting that, but pay more attention to your finances. Something is almost, it almost feels like you trying to decide whether or not you want to pay for it. It's something, a class. It's something, there's a learning. You're not sure if you want to pay for it, but it's like you don't really need it because it's already in you.
Okay. Okay.
It's already in you. Everything that you have is already in you. Everything that you need, like as far as spirituality, is already in you.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to quiet your mind some more.
Some more.
Yeah. I do. Most of y'all know, like I'll just get to, because we don't realize how our negative thoughts get to the universe faster.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like all these negative things that we think they go straight to the universe faster, and we wonder why you like this is happening, that's happening, because you manifesting it mentally. Like you only, some of us are so strong, you only have to say it. You just think it and it happened. That's why you be like, well, damn, I was just thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? That's why, that's the same reason. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to like quiet our mind a little more. The decision is going to come. You trying to decide about this decision of whether or not you should do it or go. But once you quiet your mind, you'll hear them tell you that what the answer is.
So my finances, are they going to get better?
Yes, I see the finances increasing. What's your month and your day again?
May 9th.
Okay.
Star Child, can I piggyback real fast?
Please, yes.
All right,
Thank
so
you.
what it's crazy you asked about your finances. So on tomorrow, one thing that can open up your blockages is dancing.
Hey, Liza, real
Okay.
quick.
So
Yeah, listen,
Now,
Zoom.
who's speaking now?
I got him. I got him.
Dana,
Okay, Dana. I'm in Greenville, by the way.
okay, come see me. 1311 Asheville Highway.
Well,
just want to
dang,
dance
girl,
like,
wait a minute.
like
And
Freddie.
Tammy's way up in what you call it. I can't go and see her. I lost your number, by the way, Tammy.
That's okay. Make sure you get it. Make sure you take it down. It's 443. I'm
Wait a
gonna
minute,
put
huh? Wait a minute. Y'all going too fast. I gotta find my pen. I got
Well, yeah,
oil.
go ahead and let Dana finish, and then you can.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
all right.
Like brother
She has
Eddie,
something to give you.
Yeah,
Like
I hear you secret, be quiet.
like brother Eddie said, put on those songs, those old songs from the 60s.
Woo,
And
yeah, I love them.
yeah, but dance, baby, as an offering. And this is an offering to you, it's to your ancestors, it's to those spirits around you that's going to guide you and show you what to do. Because
Okay.
it's not that you don't know, you're thinking too much about it. Now you're manifesting and creating extra blockages. So you have to do something to clear the way.
Okay, so the 60 music and just dance myself off.
Clear your mind. Become that 5-year-old again.
Okay.
If just only for tomorrow, if it's too much for the next day. But you have to clear those blockages for those finances to be able to come in the way that you see fit or desire or is already pre-planned and destined for you.
Okay.
I agree with you. I saw her dancing, Dana.
Huh?
I was telling Dana, I saw you dancing.
Yeah, I love 60 music too, also. See, I didn't get on here until like 8:30, so I didn't hear Brother Eddie, everything that he said. I heard the last part of it, but I didn't. What did I say? 6:30. I'm at 8:30. So I didn't hear his whole whatever he said. Okay.
Okay.
Dana,
but you said your birthday was
May 9th.
right. Okay, so you also in your second year right now, so everything should be flowing to you because you just came out your let go year 2 years ago. You had your loss, so you in your second year, which is you're getting really close to your healing time. Don't let that time pass. Even next year is your healing time. You got to remember to let those past things go. Let them go. No holding on to them. Even though, like, listen, if you most of us, I forgave the person, I forgive them. But if you can say that person's name and it makes you feel some kind of way, or you feel any ink of a feeling, you have not let it go. You haven't let it go. Not let it go.
Gotcha.
Your healing time is coming up. Got to work on your healing. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you both.
Okay.
My pleasure.
Thanks, Dana.
My pleasure.
You see, cool?
Yes.
I think they're finished.
Okay, cool. I was waiting for you to give me permission to talk. You just told me to shut up.
I said, be quiet.
I was like, oh my God.
I just said, be quiet.
I know, man. That's what I was saying. They did. It was cool. It's cool. You was being yourself.
Yep.
Is there anyone else that would like Sister Nikki or Brother Adinkra? Do you want to comment on Barbara? Peace.
Hold on. Okay,
Islam.
can you hear us now?
Yes.
Yeah, no, they did, both of the sisters did a great job. If there's somebody else who wants one, they can, we'll jump in there.
Okay. They're slow.
Yeah,
Warm up.
well, but for those who don't know me, my name is Wunam, aka Nicky Love. From Cape Verde, Africa, from Cape Verde, Africa, but raised in Brooklyn. Okay. For those who don't know me. We're traditional healers, African tradition. I'm an African traditional healer, so is my husband. But if anybody wants to read it, come on. Y'all getting free readings tonight. Y'all gotta come on. We do health. We do, all of us on here read pretty well. So come on, we can help you out. Y'all raise your hands.
Well, if not, I normally don't do this, but y'all can do me. I need all four. I'm at the crossroads.
All right. Okay. All right, brother. Yusiku, you've been going through a major transformation in your life. Really? I see a lot of transformation taking place in your life. Okay. Spirit is showing me, brother Yusiku, what's going on with your stomach? What's going on with your stomach?
It's no pain, but I just been working on some things with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
kidney cleanse.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, you need to work on your stomach and try to get that, get that taken care of. But for the most part, I don't see nothing serious, but Spirit is saying you got to work on it. Also, too, you're going through a spiritual transformation in your life. And Spirit is showing me that you need to go. No, you need to go out and you need to talk to Ra. They want you to do something with the sun because Ra wants to download some information in your DNA. So you need to spend some time with Ra, at least 3 days with Ra, okay? Because he's going to send you some information that a lot of people don't have, okay?
I got you. Yes.
Keep it up. Love interest. You got it. Look at his face. I don't know. I just keep picking up like you wanna get serious with a woman. Like you want love in your life. Is that true?
Excuse me?
Is that true? Is that true? It's okay if you say no. It's okay if you say no.
Everybody laughing.
Love interest, like serious. Like,
yeah, it's about that time. My daughter's old enough now, and it's about that time.
Yeah,
yeah. I'll admit that. I may come to Atlanta.
But see, Spirit is I mean, it's okay. You kind of picky, but it's okay. You know what I mean? But you gotta take the time to really get to know a woman and just be serious about what you want to do now. Because like you said, your daughter's getting older, you want a woman in your life. And you just, ask them to send the woman you want. Just everything that you wanted, just ask them to send it. And I see that you're gonna meet a woman. But you gotta open yourself up for that. Yeah, because Spirit is saying, you kind of close up. I don't know if you don't have trust for women or what it is, but you need to put that guard down and open yourself up to receive. Now, Spirit wants you also to let go of the past. I don't care what woman you was with. I don't care what you did, how you did it. But the Spirit is saying, let the past be the past so your blessing can come in. Because I see a woman for you. This woman I see for you, this woman might be about, maybe, I will tell you secret, maybe about 5'6".
Yo, secret, I want to read it, man.
Just when she building. Text me. Go ahead, Sister Nikki.
Okay. This woman is about 5'6", maybe between 5'6" and 5'8". This woman got her stuff together. She might be maybe in her early 50s. Okay. You don't know this woman yet. You're going to meet this woman, okay? And you're going to be surprised because you're not going to expect to meet this woman. But she's going to be a Christian now. I'm going to tell you like this. She's going to be a Christian. But she's open. She's very open and she's very spiritual, okay? She don't go to church. If you're worried about her going, she don't go to church every Sunday, okay? But she's very open and she's very spiritual, okay?
This woman, I'm picking up the initials, LW. LW. Okay? I'm picking up
Okay.
the initials LW. Now, I don't know if her name is Lorraine or something towards that, but this woman also looks like she got one child, but it looks like she got a boy. And he's like, maybe about 20, in his 20s. But she's very lonely, okay? She's very lonely. She talks a lot, but she's gonna be crazy about you. She gonna love every hair on your body. Don't say I didn't tell you so. And you're gonna meet her preferably between May and July of this year.
Wow, that's fast. But yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna meet her, and it's not gonna be no place you expect to meet her. Might be at the grocery store.
Mm.
Yeah. Now, one more thing. What's going on with your right knee?
Oh, it's been like that for a while. It's funny because the guy was saying it was inflammation.
That's what I was just gonna tell you. You got inflammation in your right knee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Inflammation. You need to get some MSM.
Okay.
MSM for your right knee, for that leg. But also, too, be mindful of that leg, because I see some swelling in your feet, in that foot right there. If you stand on it too long, if you do too much work, it's going to start swelling up. Be mindful of that leg.
Yeah, I got it. Because I was, it was funny because one of the brothers there, when we was at the house, when I kneeled down in front of him, he was like, "Man, you got information in your knee." And I'm like, "Damn, you're a hell of a scanner, right?" Because it really doesn't hurt me till I go down steps. You know what I mean? And that's when, and it's been like that from, I went and did I overstretched doing some yoga years ago, right? It's just been like that, but yeah, it's there.
I mean, overall, Spirit is saying you pretty much know what to do with your health. You're going to be okay because you are very aware of what's going on and you're handling it, so you're going to be fine. Your finances is also getting ready to get better. Probably about the end of March, you're going to start seeing an influx in finances. Don't say I didn't tell you so. You're going to be getting business from north, east, west, and south.
Am I going to drop this thing in my belly? I'm trying to drop it to change my life.
Yes.
That you talking about the snake?
Yeah.
Or the snake came back? Or they never left?
Yeah. He never left, but yeah.
You sure about that? I see that snake left. He might have came back. What did you take? Something you took. What'd you take?
He's been, it's deep, but no, I can feel him. I always can feel him.
May
So this snake,
yeah, go.
This snake is not physical. He's more attached.
Right. May
He's attached to your being.
Right.
Did you say something, Dana?
Yes. The snake came back because you were in hermit mode. So you got to get out of hermit mode. You got to become more social. And it's not so much so a passing the snake on, but it is passing it on, if that makes sense. You're not trying to give it to nobody else, but you got to release it.
It's sort of like Dana's sort of like he wants the snake there, right? Like he's holding on.
Right. Like it's giving you life, but it's feeding on your life force. You have to become more lifeful for it to even pass through you.
But see, you are spiritualist yourself, okay? Now, I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't profess to be the baddest, I don't profess to be the most powerful, traditional healer, but I know that I can get some snakes and fall out of people's bodies. I've done it before.
Y'all mic shifted.
I said,
okay.
Did you hear? Okay.
Yeah.
So I said, I don't profess to be the most powerful priestess or traditional healer or whatever you want to call me, but I know I can get snakes and frogs and stuff out of people's bodies. I've gotten them out before. So what Spirit is showing me is that you have a connection to the snake. You don't want to get rid of that snake. I feel like you become one with that snake. And I feel like you like that snake. So I could be wrong, but I'm just saying.
I'm seeing a lot of yellow too. Where's the connection? But I'm seeing a lot of yellow.
Uh-huh.
And then violet.
I mean, I try to do everything. You know, I just had a Venom party, so I'm trying to get rid of the damn thing. You know what I mean? But it could be some psychological, like, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just tripping. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just got through.
But you know, now I do. In fairness, let me say this: we've been going through a major transformation. Now you got to remember, you could be also too, because you know when we talk about the symptoms and the signs of people getting their star codes reactivated. Now remember, the junk DNA is the star codes. There are symptoms that people are having, including myself and my husband, that it feels like something is crawling through your body. Okay, this is one of the symptoms. And as they're working on the body, as the star codes are reactivating, okay, what's happening is you're getting all these different like pains, or it feels like something's crawling in your stomach. Like, I get it, but I know it's the actual star codes reactivating and working on the human body. You could have already experienced that, so because everybody's experiencing that different time.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, let them finish, bro. We'll get. I promise we'll get to you. Go ahead, Sister Nikki.
So what I'm saying is, you could have already started your transformation and your star codes reactivated. That's another thing I want to look at. You know, I would look at, because a lot of people, that's happening to their bodies. Like, it feels like something is moving, but ain't nothing in your body. You can go for a CAT scan, there's nothing there, but that's them working on your body, because you know we're becoming more lighter beings. So the star codes reactivating are causing all kind of weird stuff to happen with us.
Yeah, I hear that, because this has been an interesting journey. You know what I mean? Like that, but yeah, definitely. I didn't know I looked like this lonely ass guy though. That's looking for a wife. I'm like, damn, really? I'm gonna have to go look in the mirror.
I didn't say a wife. I just said you.
I just told you that yesterday too. Like,
I'll see. Confirmation.
That's hilarious. But anyway, I appreciate y'all. Let's let somebody else in. I think the next person had their hands up was Sister Carla. And then you can, Carla, you can choose. And then from that, we'll go to you, Kasim. And like that. And thank you. I appreciate it. You know, because I know we got work to do. And I'm very, very focused on that, you know, in terms of us protecting ourselves. Kasim will tell you, I've always talked about the safe zone, and I dedicated my life to it, you know what I mean? And so in some ways, you know, it is what it is, you know, the result of what I do in my life. Even dedicated myself to my daughter to make sure, because she is one of those children that's going to make decisions for this planet, making sure she gets what she needs to get to be prepared. So it's cool. But thank you. Carla, you are up.
Find out what all y'all was doing. I know they was doing reading.
Yes.
All right. Because I came in at the end of everything. I was fit to speak, and they were like, they doing reading. You want a reading? Raise your hand.
Yeah, do you want a reading, my sister?
Yes, I do. I would love a reading.
Sure, you gotta put your camera on though. If they read you, they gotta see you. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You can turn it off as soon as you get done. You know.
Hello.
Dude.
Hi.
Peace.
I'm having. You still can't see me.
All right, I'm gonna try to get them muted. I'm sorry for that. Go ahead, Sister Carla. What's your questions? And you know, one of the readers, you know, or two of them will give you a reading. Okay. And anybody else, just mute out, please, so that we won't have the interference with like that. Okay. Thank you.
Just more a confirmation of am I going in the right direction of what I'm trying to accomplish and get everything right with myself. I can't hear.
May I?
Sure, go ahead. Hey, Carla, you my Carla. Hey, what's happening, Carla? How you doing?
Hey.
I recognize you now. All right, go ahead. Dan.
Hi, Carla. Dana.
How you doing?
Right now, I see you're at a crossroad.
but your crossroad is more so based upon your religious upbringings, which is holding you back, is stunting your growth. So everything that you see in yourself and you see manifesting before you is not true to you because you still taking it in a religious way. You're not giving yourself the power, you're giving things outside of yourself power. And so once you start realizing that all is coming from you, and within you are those ancestors or spiritual beings that came before you, giving you the information, once you start giving them the thank yous and stop thanking those other religious figures, you'll start realizing that everything you're doing is working the way it's supposed to. It won't be a guess of whether or not you're doing the right thing or not. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Because I've been trying to get myself back together. Even what you just said, as far as my upbringing, I see a lot of negative and lies and misunderstandings. So I really have been trying to veer away from it and see what's really real.
Right. But you need for you to understand that all those things that you've been through it happened so that you could be at this point, so that we could be having this conversation right now. All the things that you've experienced, even today, you went through that so we could hold this conversation right now. You understand what I'm saying? All of those generational curses and all of those hardships and traumas that you went through brought you to this. You chose this before you got here. So it wasn't to make you worse or put you in a place where you feel like, it's something on you that's stopping you. You chose this. Your spirit chose it. And so once you come to the acceptance that you chose this, now you can be greater by stepping on it and walking on it. You understand what I'm saying? Your greatness, your power. So take your power back, baby.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I'm just to a point in a place where I'm just pushing everything out the way. Everything gotta go, everything gotta move. I'm just, I'm
refocus. Yeah, well, keep refocusing it, but don't put too much attention on the past. Don't put too much attention on those things that take you into those dark places, because you just manifest in darkness. And darkness is not always a bad thing if you know how to transmute that energy.
Because I'm a deep thinker.
Yeah, me too. And Star Child, we had a conversation. She was talking to me even about releasing a lot. You know what I mean? You gotta
let it go.
Let it go.
Even right now, it's putting pressure in my chest. Like I have so much. I think even right now, it's like you need to take a deep breath. It's even like a whole crying. I just feel like you just
right.
Depressed. It's like you need to do. There's a lot of changes need to come up. Stay focused. It's like you just lost who you are somehow, but you in it. Come out.
So for the most part, it's like I lost who I was trying to find myself.
No, you've lost your will trying to repair stuff that happened in the past.
I'm still holding on to it. Still haven't let it go.
I did. I felt I did. It's just more stuff piled up on top of it.
Some of it is some of it, it's almost like some of it is coming from yourself. It's like it's almost like you pulling on it.
Right, like self-sabotage.
Right.
Yeah, I do that a lot. But I stopped doing that. Really. I did that a lot. I would say I did that. I don't do it now. I'm looking at it as, it's like a reflection in the mirror now, so I can see and I can admit and I can, understand what it is and where it's coming from and why.
But you harp too much on where it's coming from, why it's happening, and who. And you can't, you got to stop doing that, or you'll be stuck in a perpetual state of retardation, because it's just the same thing over and over and over and over and over, like being stuck in hell or limbo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it starts with you. It starts with you making a conscious effort to not think about what happened yesterday or what hurt you yesterday, or 5 minutes ago, for that matter. It's called healing, baby. Healing.
Even family. A lot of them you just still dealing with your family. It's like you
Yeah.
gotta reset.
You gotta find balance.
Yeah.
There has to be a balance. And right now there is no balance. It's just chaos.
A lot of it.
Right. So you have to change that. And do you work with your ancestors?
Yeah.
You do? Did you start an altar?
Yeah, I have.
Do you give them water and drink? You feed them? Do you commune?
Yeah.
Do you dream?
Yes.
You remember them?
Yes.
You write them down?
No. I haven't, right?
Have you had any dreams lately of any of your grandparents?
My grandmother.
All right. And this was recent?
Yeah.
Did she scold you?
No.
Was she proud of you?
Very.
Do you know how you felt when she told you she was proud of you?
Yes, I do.
You remember that emotion you felt?
That's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me up. That's everything from before she passed and when I was young, a little girl growing up. That's what keeps me strong. And like before she passed, she just like I had to let her go and be strong and take care of them.
You're strong. So is that your burden, that you got to take care of your family?
Yeah.
That's not your cross. When the spirit tell you, and you're a spiritual person, and you're having these visions and understanding that is actually an interaction with your grandmother, it's your responsibility to teach them not to carry their burden. Okay, so helping your family could just be protecting them.
Correct. I'm a protector.
Right, but I'm not talking about physically. I'm talking about spiritually protecting them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But once you do your part, everything else falls in line. You understand what I'm saying? You holding this stuff on you, and you don't need that because it's hurting you.
Yeah, very bad.
And if it's okay, if I can cut in and say something, Carla, I love you. But I got to tell you this, if it's something that, because I'm not normally, sometimes I'm working on being more blunt. So I'm gonna give it to you how I'm getting it. And it's like your lies is closing your throat chakra. And that's just it's like
I'm really right.
Yeah.
So we've been yeah. That's what I was saying when you talking, I'm like, it's my throat.
Yeah, that's what I saw. So you just have to, even the little white lie, it's just, that's just how I heard it. You just reframe it. Think about it before you say it. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. You are loved. It's like you holding so much hurt in. You just gotta let go. You gotta let it go. It's like you don't forgive you. You know the Most High forgive us. You have to forgive you. It's like your main thing is like you're not forgiving yourself. It's okay to forgive yourself. You have to
Yeah.
forgive yourself. It's almost like an alcoholic can't go to AA unless he admit that he's an alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? You gotta admit that there has been some things that's lost and that you know that you can feel what's going on and try to right it. Try to fix it. Because you have a beautiful soul, man. You don't let it take you down. You gotta fix this. Okay, and you need to call me tomorrow. I know you called me. Call me tomorrow, please. You got my number, right? Okay.
Let me say something to Carla real quick. Carla, I heard you say you had an ancestor altar set up. I want you to go to your ancestors and I want you to plead with them to guide your path because you're not going to be able to do this by yourself. Spirit has already shown me you're struggling with trying to do it. So go to your altar, go to your ancestors, plead with them to guide your path to help you get over anything you're going through, any thoughts you having, any way that you're feeling. Because that's why we go to our ancestral altars, because they're there to guide us. You have about 3 ancestors that I see walking with you. I see a man. Who's this man that's walking around you? Who's this man that I'm seeing walking behind you?
And walking behind me.
There's one of your ancestors that stays with you all the time. He's tall, he's brown skinned, he has like a mustache. Is it a grandfather? Or it could be an uncle, but it's a man. He walks with you a lot. Okay, and then I'm seeing an older woman that's with you right now. She's an older woman. She got silver hair. Her hair is silver. She sits on your left side. But your ancestors want to help you, but you got to go to them and talk to them, and you got to let them know, I need your help. I feel like I'm, burdened. I feel like this is going on. Ancestors guide my path. And when you do that, watch how all of that is lifted off of you. See, a lot of times, especially back home in Africa, we're very big on worshiping our ancestors and making sure that we commune with them every day. Every day. When you're going through something, you want to turn to them because in this physical world, sometimes it's hard to do it by yourself. Okay? So go to your altar. I'm telling you, watch. Go to your altar, talk to your ancestors, say, please help me with this situation. And then the next day you're going to wake up and it's going to be like, wow, what happened? Okay? So go to your ancestors.
Because my uncle just passed and he had a mustache and a beard like that. And somebody was still, maybe my great grandmother. I had 4 grandmothers living at one time. So
Okay.
the only one I seen with they had this all silver was my 4th.
Okay. Okay.
And
Okay, so probably your was you close with your uncle?
yeah.
Okay, so that's probably him walking behind you. He's probably walking behind you. Okay. Make sure you talk to your ancestors because a lot of times, like I said, we don't understand. We just physical beings going through a learning experience. Some things we can't handle. And when you can't do it, you go to your ancestors and they're gonna help you do it. Okay? Don't try to do nothing because a lot of times, for some people it's hard. It's hard to let go of this or let go of that. And as much as you want to try, you find yourself going back to that same place, to that same energy, them same thoughts. And you be like, damn, I can't do it. So this is where you go in and you go to your ancestors. Give them, like the sister said, like Dana said, give them some food. As a matter of fact, your uncle like chicken. He like chicken. Give him a piece of chicken.
All right. Yeah, he do.
Yeah, I see. He like chicken. Give him some chicken. And give him, I don't know if he like certain type of soda. Did he like Coke or one of them sodas he like?
So,
Coke? Okay. Okay.
yeah, he was supposed to drink it, but he drunk it anyway.
I know. He like Coke. He wants some Coke and he wants some chicken. So put it at that altar and tell him to be your warrior protector to help you get through all of this you're going through. You're going to be about 2 weeks. You're going to see. You're going to feel a lot better. Okay?
because I feel it in my chest now.
Okay. Okay. All right, Carla, it was nice meeting you.
Thank you, Carla.
Nice talking to you.
All right, it was good seeing you again too, Carla. Let's move to the iPhone that have their hand up. I can't recognize it, but you can unmute the iPhone. Who is
Hello.
it? Peace, greetings. Welcome to the Ring of Stone Network.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Nikki. This is Erica.
Hi, Erica. How are you?
How are you? I've been through a lot. I was married for 28 years. I'm sorry, I'm emotional. My husband was abusive physically and mentally. I had lost everything. I lost my house. I lost my job because I didn't take the COVID shot. I had to move to another state. And he visits me a lot in my dream and it's been like almost a year. And it's like he don't want to give me the divorce. And he's gotten everything. I mean, I'm like, me and my daughter is struggling, you know. And I just want to know, do you guys see anywhere that we're going to be able to finalize the divorce? I'm just like, I'm so drained. I mean, it's just a lot.
Erica, ritual time. But Dana and Star Child, this is one of my clients, and I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all read her since I already know her situation, because she needs to get another perspective from my sister. So y'all go ahead and read her.
Okay. When is what is your month and your date of your birthday?
November 21, 1971.
Oh. What's going on with your right hand? Is something going on with your right hand, your right arm, like your hand wrist, the lower part of your arm?
Probably because I've been working a lot. I'm a pharmacy technician, so I'm constantly like packing stuff, you know, medication. So my hands do I do have to like maybe, you know, shake my hands. Sometimes it bothers me.
Okay. Can you do me a favor and take a deep breath?
Yeah, it's heavy.
So much hurt there, man.
Yeah, it's heavy, baby. Can I say something real fast?
Yes,
All right,
please.
so you're a Sagittarius, right?
I think I would have been. I got a lot of energy inside. Yeah.
So you're a fire sign, right? I not too long ago had a divorce, so I understand how petty men are. But he's deceased now. I'm gonna give you my. No, I'm talking
He's
about
still
me.
living.
I'm talking about me.
Okay.
I'm talking about me.
Okay. All right. Oh, like, did he win? What?
Now, do you see spiders a lot?
Yes, all the time.
All right, this what I want you to do. Get a mason jar, right? And try not to kill it. Try to trap it.
Okay.
What I've learned in my personal experience with divorce and petty men is that they desire to put out your fire, right? And every time you go into that place of weeping, distress, or that low place, you go back into them lower realms, right? And it's so hard to come out of that place. Because once you get into that place, it's like a never-ending story of, excuse me, but fuck shit. You understand what I'm saying? It's like a domino. Yes. Get yourself a mason jar, a new clean mason jar, and trap every spider you see to see how long they live. Now, from personal experience, I know that once you start trapping them, the first one gonna live for about 3 to 6 months. After a while, they'll start dying down and they'll live shorter and shorter lifespans. But in that, you can see how that energy that's possessing him to try to make life harder on you is going to become less frequent, which means it becomes less emotional on your part.
Okay.
All right. But you can't go into the dumps because of somebody else is trying to put your fire out. Right?
Thank you.
It's good to cry sometimes, but right now where we at, you're going into a portal, right? This is going to determine where you're going to be frequency, vibrational, energy wise. And if you go into this portal with all this heaviness on you, it's going to keep you in 3D.
Okay. Thank you.
My pleasure.
And I'm seeing begin again. Like start again, start over, start now. A new is coming. I can see you on your knees. How tall are you? You kind of tall?
Yeah, I'm 5'6".
Okay. Your hair is, there's like braids, locks. What's going on with your hair? Okay, that's what
I got a lot. Yeah, I got locks.
okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm seeing you on your knees. That's how I saw you. You was on your knees and you was crying, but it was in gratefulness. It was coming in as an abundance, like so much. Oh, it was overwhelmingly joyful, wonderful, on your knees, and so much gratefulness. You just, because you just thought that you was not, and because even now you feel like you're not going to get through, but you are. And it's coming real soon. I'm seeing it coming from like every area, finances increasing. I'm seeing, did you just start a new job or something?
Yes. Yes, I just started a job. Yeah.
Okay, because that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's going to be like some type of increase somehow. Even though you just got it, I'm seeing I'm seeing like a flow. More's coming from just like everywhere. Enlightenment. I'm seeing enlightenment. I'm seeing healing. Even after you get off of this phone, even after you get off it, you won't feel so different. And by tomorrow, it's just going to be like almost like a refresh, like you took a deep breath and left some of that here. So be prepared to feel all that energies tomorrow. I'm seeing like I don't know what's going on in March. I don't know if Nikki may have told you something about March, but I'm seeing something coming March.
Well, I haven't read it yet. I haven't read it yet. She just contacted me after, it's been a while since she contacted me for some other spiritual stuff going on with her.
Okay.
So I haven't read her in a while. I'm gonna go ahead and say something after you. Go ahead, Star Child.
I don't know what it is about mid-March, but I'm seeing something mid-March in the car. Do you have like a silver, white, silk gray? What color is your car?
Yeah. It looks like a gray, but it's green. It's like it looks gray, but it's a green, like a forest green.
Okay.
Light gray.
Okay. Short? Is it kind of like bulk? Like what kind is it?
It's a Santa Fe. It is kind of like bulk. Like it's not really big. It's not really small.
Okay, right. That's what I'm saying, kind of bulk. Okay, so pay attention to self. That's what I just heard. Pay attention to self. Stop self-doubting yourself. A lot of self-doubt. What's procrastinating you to get that business out? Why you haven't started it? It's like you keep thinking about it. It's like it's right there. You keep thinking about it. There's something else, but it's like you just didn't. It's like you're not stepping into it.
I think this divorce, I'm allowing it to stop because I'm supposed to be a reader. I'm supposed to be doing, because I'm studying astrologer. I'm supposed to be I'm a healer. So I know I'm supposed to be, doing some spiritual with my gifts. And I think I'm allowing this divorce to hold me down. I know that's the reason.
I need you to change your words. Even
right,
in language.
She still fears him, Star Child.
Huh?
She still fears him. Erica, I'm still hearing that you fear this man. You still got fear for him.
Put him in a mason jar.
No, you, Erica, you know what to do. What you tell me? All right, y'all. She called me last night. She had some demon scratching her. Okay, so that's where I dealt with her. I hadn't talked to Erica in a while. Erica, do you know your power? Do you know who you are?
Yeah, I do.
All right, so I need you to take your husband's picture, that ex-husband, and whatever you want to happen to him or do to him, I want you to do it to that picture, okay? Because at the end of the day, you still got fear for this man. Let go of that fear for him. Physically, yeah, he may have abused you and your daughter, but spiritually, you can almost kill that man. I'm not saying to kill him. I'm not saying it, okay? Don't kill him. I'm just saying. You have the power with your words. If you say what you want to happen to this man, it's going to happen to him. Do not let him fear you. You're in a whole other state now. Do not fear him. He does not have, you say this to yourself, this man don't have no power over me and my daughter no more. And if he think he does, before he makes it to Texas, he will die. Because at the end of the day, first of all, I hate abusive men. I don't like men that beat on women. Second of all, if it's still affecting you like this, when you're having tears, Spirit will show me you're still fearing. You can't fear no more. Shut that down. Physically, yeah, but get yourself a gun, whatever you have to do. Because I'm about fighting physical and spiritual, and I'm not trying to be funny. It is what it is. Because you're still scared. Do not be scared of him anymore. Now, my thing is, if you remember, a long time ago, I told you, ritual on him, right?
Yes. Yes.
What I tell you?
Yes.
What I tell you? I said, let me deal with him.
Yeah, you did say that.
Now, what I want you to do is let go of the fear. You first of all, don't even speak his name no more. His name should not exist in your world, period at all.
Okay.
And that's going to start changing the polarities, because once you stop speaking about it and move on with your grandbaby and your daughter, let me tell you something, you're going to be fine. But I'm going to tell you like this, right now, that man is getting his karma. He got health problems. I see that a lot of stuff he's going through for doing what he did to you and your daughter. You ain't seen nothing yet. Don't say I didn't tell you something.
I'm trying to tell you.
With his lungs now, like I don't know, his breathing. His something going on with his lungs, his breathing, his respiratory. Right now.
He's a smoker. He's a smoker.
See?
Heavy smoker. Smokes a lot.
Yeah. Lungs, something, yeah. Your granddaughter's very gifted.
Yes. My grandson?
Grandson.
Yeah, grandson.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. He's very, he actually came to me before he was born. And so, and me and him got a special bond. And Nikki, thank you. You know, because she was there. He's 1 year old. He's 1 year old.
Wow,
Yeah.
he's strong though.
He's very strong. From 1 year old.
Can I?
He's very strong.
Can I be I got to be a bearer of bad news? And
yes.
Yeah, because we're gonna have to get like to 10 or 15 minutes, or we ain't gonna get to everybody.
Okay,
so,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
sorry.
it's not. It's not you. It's just
I understand.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
We got about like 4 or 5 people, so I want to. No,
but
what I want you to do, get numbers. You got Nikki's number if you want to get other numbers, because this is like an introduction. But at no point do I want to disrespect you. Or,
no, you guys doing a lot. Thank you. I'm very humble, even to be here and that's it, because I don't want to keep no more time. Thank you. And Nikki, I would like to even do a donation if I can for all the people that said something. Is there any way you can give me their names, they cash out, so I can in my inbox.
Right now. While you're on the phone, y'all Erica, look at the private part. Dana and Star Child, y'all go ahead and give her your cash out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll work.
All right.
And I appreciate
you.
And thanks.
No, I appreciate you guys.
Thanks for coming. And
Thank you.
All right.
I send you love energy.
Thank you. I send everybody love too. Thank you.
Well.
Yeah, have Nikki, will you send me her name? I'll put it on my energy center. I'll put it in one of my duvas, for protection.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, I'll text it to you.
Cool, I appreciate it. Sister Madeline. Dr. Madeline, how you doing? You're next up. And then we'll go to Candace, you're next, and then Brother Ken.
Thank you for having me. Guys, I'm excited. Thank you for holding the space. Thank you for your service and your gift, Dr. Madeline. My question, I've been working with my ancestors for, a little bit. And I still kind of like want to know which one, because again, I do general offering. I do, clean my altar, give fresh water and all those stuff. But again, I just kind of like, again, I came from a Christian background. And so that way I'm still kind of like, okay, which one? I know like my mom passed when I was 17, I was the only child. But again, I'm kind of like, okay, which one? I know they're with me, but I'm not sure which side, if it's my mom's side, but I don't have really anyone to really ask for details. So that's the reason I'm kind of like, okay, Lord, I need some guidance on that. Thank you.
I'm gonna start off with is something going on with your, I can't see you. Is something going on with your right breast?
No, that I know of.
Okay.
Are you from Haiti?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
All right. So, and I'm gonna make it short. It's your great grandfather on your father's side. That's your protector.
Okay. Do you have his name? Because I don't have anyone to really ask.
Did you have one name begin with a P? Pablo? P?
I'm saying it.
I keep saying Pierre or something like that. Pierre.
Yeah, I do have Pierre. Yes.
Okay, that's what I see. Pierre.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm
wow.
hearing.
Thank you.
Okay.
What can I do for him? How to build that relationship?
You start by giving him water.
I do.
Right.
But again, for him,
I
do.
Brown liquor.
Okay.
Like cognac.
Okay.
You feed him. Do you get the cravings that you have that you feel aren't like something that you would do? Like, for instance, I don't drink Coca-Cola, but some days I want a Coca-Cola. I know it's my grandmother.
Okay.
When you get those feelings, then you put that on the altar for him.
Okay.
Did he smoke cigarettes?
Cigarettes, okay.
Okay, because that's what I hit, cigarettes.
Okay. I put some, I will put some fresh one, but I do have some on the altar. Thank you.
Okay.
He likes some type of meat, some type of food that you will cook in Haiti with beef.
Okay.
He likes to eat that. He likes to eat that. And then you have some type of it's almost like we make in Africa, almost like fufu, but you make it with something else. He likes to eat it. He likes to eat that with the meat. It's almost, I don't know what you make it, I don't know what you call it in Haiti, but it's like fufu in Africa. And he likes to eat it with the beef and put it there like this. And it's almost looks just like the same thing. I don't know if they make it with plantain or something else, but he wants some of it.
Oh, is the one that you mash?
Yeah, that one.
Okay. Okay.
What do you call that in Haiti? He wants some of that.
They got tom-tom. They call it tom-tom.
That's it. That's it. That's what he wants. He wants some of that with some beef. Okay.
Okay.
But your grandfather was very, very powerful.
Yes.
Very powerful man, and I'm telling you, he used to be in the bush. I see him in the bush a lot, picking bushes and doing this and doing that. He knew a lot about herbs. So your grandfather wants to share something with you about plants, certain plants, because you're supposed to be healing too.
Did something happen to his right? I mean, is something going on with his right arm? Maybe something happened with him with his right arm. His in his right chest, like under his breast in the chest area. On the right side.
I don't know him. I didn't know him.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. I don't know. Nikki, is you picking up the same thing? I don't know what's going on with the right side.
Say it again, Sasha. Or
with the
Dana?
right side, like, and like maybe the right side, maybe by the breast.
Um, Dr. Madeline, let me ask you a question. Did you have a fibroid adenoma? I see that
No,
you never had small cyst, because I keep seeing a small cyst. I know what she's talking about. Very small though. It's not heavy, but I see small cyst.
that I know of, no.
That was her mother.
Oh, that was my mother?
Yeah, that's your mother coming through.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Have you had a breast? Because I know it's not because I can see it. It's called a fibroid adenoma. It's about 2 or 3 centimeters big.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. Like, yeah.
It's like 2
And
or 3 centimeters. Get it checked out.
Okay.
Okay.
don't worry about it, but get it checked out.
Yeah, and you know, what kind of doctor are you? Are you medical doctor?
No, not medical, counseling.
Okay,
I'm a family doctor.
Okay. Yeah, because it's what they call a fibroid adenoma. Okay. It's very small though. It's not nothing for you to worry about. It's benign, but that's what starts. I see it. It's very small.
Yeah, I'm seeing it small too.
Okay.
No
Okay.
problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did my mom say anything? That's gonna be her birthday on the 23rd. She wants
Your mother-
anything?
Your mother is proud of you. She wants you to cook what she liked the most. What she said was your favorite meal. She wants you to cook it. She wanna taste how you make it.
Okay.
Did she used to do this like all the time, just like her arms straight out, like all the time, like almost like excitement? I'm just seeing like her arms just kind of like thrown out like this, just always like almost in praise mode all the time. Just arms out. This is how
I was the
I
only child.
see
She
her
died
like
when
this.
I was 17.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I feel it's so much love around her.
It is.
Yes, you got a lot of ancestors that walk with you.
Yes, it's good energy.
Yeah, you have a lot of good energy and a lot of ancestors that walk with you and protect you.
Yeah.
But you know, you're supposed to be doing spiritual work too.
Yeah.
I do, like right now, I do teach.
Okay.
But again, I'm kind of like, like the hands-on. I do alls. They taught me stuff, but again, I'm just kind of like waiting like for clarity. So I do alls, I do stuff, just
So
mainly for myself.
That's why your grandfather wants you to go to him and connect with him, because he's going to share some plants with you that he wants you to create your stuff with.
Okay.
Okay. So go to him.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you again.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Madeline. I appreciate
Thank you. Remember, you saw my grandfather. Remember, that was him that you saw one time.
Yeah. It's powerful. I love it. Candace Rain. And are you there, Candace?
Talking on mute. Peace and bliss to you all.
Hi.
Hi, how's everyone?
Great.
That's good. Well, I came on. Nikki, she's my sister, so I was coming on. I wanted to find something out because I've been going through trying to find a house right now, and so I am wanting to know if I should trust my children's father's family to help with that.
Wow. Is okay.
A lot of indecisiveness.
Yeah, well, the thing is I want to give them an opportunity to to start building generational wealth, and what, and at the same time it will be helping me because, the rent prices are sky high. So
what's your hesitation?
Control. I don't want people to feel like they can control me.
So what I'm hearing is that you're thinking about the wrong stuff when you start thinking about control. It's not about what they think, is are you in control? So unless you give your control away, nothing else controls you, right?
That's very true.
It's just changing your perception. So the sooner you change your perception of a thing and you put back in perspective that you want this to be about your children's economic future, it changes the temperature. Stop giving people so much power they don't even think they have.
Thank you for that. That just is me overthinking.
Yeah. Don't overthink that. Because when you do that, now you are projecting that, and now it becomes a thing. And it's not even that thing. It's not even about that. And even when you hold conversations with them, if you make it about financial freedom, then that's what it'll be. But if you make it about control on their part, on you, then that's what it'll be. You creating this.
Yeah, keep it on that frequency.
Right.
Yeah, I'm picking up a few of the same things too. You need to quiet your mind some more. When I say quiet, I mean like you do think more negative. Even it's like you trying though. It's like you trying, but it's, and I don't know who, there's a female. Where do you work at?
I work from home.
Okay. There's a female who there's a female that you feel kind of close connected to, but you need to watch her.
Yeah, stop talking to her. Stop telling her your business.
Yeah.
Because it's seeding those negative things in your mind. And she don't even have to say it. It could just be a and it'll change the whole dynamic of a thing. Your whole creation changes then.
Okay. So those thoughts, that's confirmation right there. Yeah. I appreciate that.
Well, Candy Rain, I just like to say this, Brother Dinkra. I just say, when you ask that question, I got a big no. Don't trust him. I mean, but if you probably already know, because you probably already know that you shouldn't even, deal with them like that. But I just got a big no. I just got a big no when you ask that question. So, I mean, it's up to you what you want to do with that. But these sisters are right. Like, don't put no negative energy into it. But as far as people, you moved away for a reason. You moved away from that whole situation for a reason. So you really need to think positive and move forward with whatever it is you're doing. Like,
I agree. Thank you for that. So, child, can I say something?
Yeah.
So
nice.
what I saw, hi baby.
What? That's really? Oh shit. What's happening? Oh my God. Really? I gotta turn my camera on.
What I saw is that you will have some unexpected income coming in, and something is going to help push you forward. Just don't worry about it. Stay positive. Stay on the right path. And they're all right. Don't say too much of your movements to people. It's just family, period. Because people are just preying on you right now to like just take your energy. So again, you are protected. You're highly favored. I do see unexpected income coming in. Don't worry about it. Stay positive. You got this, okay? Thank you. I appreciate that. Because I have been feeling like that. And that's why I've kind of been like in hermit mode. Because I've been feeling like a lot of people like pulling on my energy. Like ever since I've been going through this transformation, even right now with Pluto coming in, you know, Pluto returning, that's my sign. That's my plan. So I've been feeling a lot of things going on. So I've been pulling back from a lot of people, just, you know, just to conserve my energy and kind of like shield myself so I can be able to go through this transformation without too much chatter, too many people pulling on me. But I still, now I'm getting confirmation from y'all. Thank you. And I appreciate you so much. Appreciate you all so much.
We appreciate you too, love. Just tune that mess out.
And seeing it, like I was like, okay, it's this last person. I think this last one. I'm like, you know, she been in my corner. I've known her for 16 years, but something is not. The pieces ain't hitting.
It ain't the last one, and I don't want you to blame it completely on her. It's those spirits that's working through her, and you gotta pray on those spirits. Pray for her though to be delivered from those spirits, because that's all it is. We are not fighting against flesh and blood. We are fighting against these high powers and powerful places. Okay, so pray for her, and you will be fine. And look, this ain't the last snake in the grass, okay? You will be tested again with the same energy, just a different body, okay? You will be tested. So just keep your head on the swivel. Just keep it on the swivel, okay? You got this.
Thank
you all so much.
Appreciate you. Next in Kasim, we're gonna get you in here. I think it's Kim, Christina, then Kasim, because Kasim had to leave and came back. But Brother Ken, you're up.
Hello, everyone. How you doing?
Hi.
Hold on. Is it better if you guys see me? I need to turn my camera on.
Yeah, I prefer it. I ain't right.
Great.
Hello, everyone.
Peace.
Thank you. My name Kenneth. I'm an initiate with Miss Nicky and Brother Adinkra. They're my godparents, and I just came on to see what you guys see for this year upcoming for me. Like I've been dealing with a lot lately, and trying to get ahead with life with business, starting business and financial, making money and stuff. So I'm just curious on seeing what any messages out there for me or my ancestors.
Did you just come out of a relationship?
I'm in a relationship.
Okay. Did it just start? Or
Nah, we've been together almost 10 years.
Okay.
But when we got together, I was in a relationship with my daughter mom.
Okay. It's almost like she's feeling like you're not giving her the attention that she wants to.
We had that talk before or recently.
Yeah, I'm saying that you feel a little neglected. It don't always have to be a holiday to buy a rose. Just because I see some flowing coming. What's your birthday? What's your month and your day?
January 16th, 1986.
All right, January 16th, like that.
We got the same birthday.
I know.
Hey, Capricorn.
Hey, Dana, can you take over this for 1 second? It's just I'm picking up so much from him. I want to write down some stuff, right? I don't
want to hurt his feelings.
You don't want to hurt my feelings?
I'm just
I
joking.
mean, I'm gonna say, tell me the truth. Don't hold back.
I just want you to smile. That's all. You gotta do smiling, baby. With a business, it's like having a new baby, right? And you just started a business, right? Or you starting a business?
Yeah, I just started a business.
Okay, so that's like having a new baby. That's having to get up in the middle of the night because you can't sleep because you got stuff on your mind, all that, right?
Yes.
It's putting a strain on your relationship, but you need that lady to help your business prosper, just like any baby needs his father and his mother. You understand?
Yes.
She can't feel shut out because of that.
You say she can't what?
Feel shut out.
Okay.
That's only going to hinder your business. Does that make sense?
I'm guessing that's my food business.
Yeah, I got one of them too. What I'm saying is, with your food business, right? Is your wife involved?
Yeah, she helps me when I
when you ask her, right?
Uh-huh.
You have to make her feel more involved in that.
Okay.
That's putting a strain on your relationship. Is going to put a strain on your business.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So that would be something you picking up on part of the treating her better?
Yes, that
too.
too.
I was told that is blocking me.
Yeah, that is definitely blocking you. But okay, there is no but. That is it. And then everything flows from that because y'all are a well-oiled machine. Now, if something comes up in a machine that is stopping y'all from being on one accord, you're going to need to do something to fix it, right?
Correct.
You got to fix it. And if you don't fix it, it's just going to become a hindrance because you started this baby with her.
Correct.
And you already know what you've been through 6 years ago. In 2017.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, even though I know, you know, you hold on to what happened with Dad?
Dad passed away. He was in jail, incarcerated.
Yeah. He was
passed
murdered.
and he was in there.
Okay. Okay. You still holding that? I know that. How long ago was that?
About 2 years ago.
Okay.
2.5
Okay.
years.
It's so fresh on you. It's so fresh. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the loss. You are an amazing man. You have a beautiful heart. Sometimes you look at yourself. It's almost like you looking in the mirror doing that. Look at you, see who you are. Remember the king, that the God that you are in you. It's like you catering, doing so much for everybody else. It's like, who heals the healer? You hear me?
Right.
Why you out there healing everyone else, you're not allowing yourself to be healed. Okay? Even I'm saying with her, it's like she wants to. Let her.
You say she wants to what?
She wants to. She wants to heal you.
Right.
Oh yeah, she does.
You know what I'm saying?
Always asking questions, but I don't know. It's like sometimes it's like my spirit. I don't know. It's like I'm the only child for my mom, so it's like
shut down.
Yeah, and I'm like a loner. So she say that all the time. I always have up a brick wall, and it's hard for me to trust things and people. But it's just sometimes like when I go through things, I don't know why I prefer to go through it in silence and not talk about it. But I'm working on that type of. But she always complain about that, and she can always tell when something wrong or something heavy on my mind, and she asks me, and I just say nothing or like shoot it down.
Yeah, don't hold it in.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't hold it in. You don't have to. Just release it. Just let it out.
Help you.
She what? I'm sorry.
Let her help you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like y'all meant to be in that, but y'all heal each other. But it's like you got your little stubborn ways, Wiz. Though I mean, because even though, like I said, you have a beautiful heart, you can see that. You do so. I just see you so much. What is the other business? There's two businesses.
Yeah, I trade in the market.
Okay, I was about to say I see something that's paper. You know, because I'm okay.
Peace.
Yeah.
Peace, sis. How you doing?
How you doing?
Hello?
Take your phone.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I mean,
yeah, because she asked me about that business as well, because I it been real stagnant, I guess, slow. And in the beginning it was like I learned in the beginning stage, I guess when COVID first started, when I started it, I was more in the learning phase, but now I know way more than what I used to. I guess I just gotta feel comfortable with trusting my analysis and my trades. I guess I gotta get over that hump, because she feel like I can be profitable in the market, but I don't get into the market to get profitable, because I guess I'm afraid to lose money.
Yes, fear.
Yes, the fear.
Yeah.
Remember, fear is excitement inside out.
Yeah. But then it's like someone asked me about it, because I have a friend that trade with me as well. And he can ask me something or show me something, and it's like I can be dead on or point him right in the right direction. But when it comes to me, I always second guess myself.
Yeah.
May I ask,
I'm sorry, go ahead, Dana.
May I ask something of you just to try it for tomorrow? And
No
then
problem.
I'll check. All right. So tomorrow.
Anna, before you start, they want to see you. Can they see you for a minute?
Oh my God, no.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Y'all not gonna get it. This time y'all won't.
I'm just as pretty as my picture.
Okay, we got it.
Tomorrow at 2:22, right? I want you to let go of all your fear for 1 minute. Just 1 minute, right? Don't count the minute, but go into a place of meditation and see everything that you desire and you want to happen this year. For 6, and it could be longer than 60 seconds in your meditation, but go into that place. And you could do it on all or time zones if you so choose, right? But just try it for me. To prove to me, I know I ain't nobody, but prove it to yourself. And just and I'll check back to see, you know what I'm saying, how it worked out. But please just do that. I'm about solutions too.
Okay.
Right. But
it's funny you said that, because I've been thinking like I haven't physically practiced sitting and trying to meditate, because it feel like that's so hard for me, because my head, I'm always thinking about things.
Right.
And it's like if I try to stay still too long, just something pop up in my head. Like, I don't know. But I feel like if
that's supposed to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you think that thing away, right? You just clear your mind, go into that darkness of your mind until it becomes light. You can do it. It's only 60 seconds.
Yeah,
It'd be good if y'all
I feel the energy. Just like my dreams are getting more vivid now. Like, I can actually remember almost everything.
That's good.
Write them down.
Write them down. Yeah. I try to, when I remember, to write it down.
Try some snake venom.
That's it.
Oh Lord.
That cobra.
I say we just had
let me tell you, bro. You know,
going back to the bush,
like,
for real.
I you know, on the weekend of the 11th, I went to a 5-star B&B, and this sister let us have a home, and you know, and she had a beautiful home. She brought in a gourmet cook, and I flew the brother down from Baltimore. And we tried those cleansings with the frogs, and we tried the cleansings with the snake. And, you know, we had a wonderful time. There was always beautiful people there. She allowed us to, anybody that came in, she allowed them to sleep and stay. But one thing about, out of the medicines I tried, that cobra just makes me more creative. You know what I mean? We had sound healing. You know, they got a pyramid that for sound healing, and we had a 2-hour concert from this sister that gave us sound healing. So there's a lot of ways that you could use to focus and shape your mind. You know what I mean? But the one that I really found was that once I tried some of the venoms, it just quieted my mind and let me really focus, you know, like that. And I'm kind of joking, but, you know, it did let me focus, and it makes me more creative. It lets me see numbers. Like if I'm pulling orders, the numbers just drop out on my, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of little things you can do, but that one is really, really powerful, you know. And I yield, you know, I mean, you know, like that.
Thank you.
Mhm. You said thank you real nice.
Nah, because I was
Anyway, well, take other people's advice, you know.
No, it's funny because we just had a conversation about that last week with the initiates about the different venoms and stuff.
Oh, they're
vaping
powerful.
and
Yeah, it's very
mushrooms
powerful.
and stuff like that. Yeah, but I never did any of that. I just smoke weed. So that I feel like already. I'm sorry.
I said, that's all you do. I know that's all you do.
Yeah, so I feel like that already like kind of open up thoughts and get my brain going, because I it's like it calms me down, I guess. Like my brain be running 1,000 miles per hour. And that's what she said. She always tell me like I have a lot of great ideas, like get ideas and start things, but I never execute it, like finish it. Because it'd be so much, or I'll be trying to do so much at one time.
Need help.
That's that Capricorn energy. I'm telling you, be all over the place.
Yeah.
But what they just told me is to something around your money to invest into, or you said you're in stocks or cryptocurrency, because I keep seeing Ethereum.
Yeah, crypto and currencies.
Are you
I day trade?
with them?
Yeah, I day trade, so I'm involved with all of that.
Okay. Because
So
they said
you
that
see,
would be very lucrative for you. The Ethereum. Was there something I keep seeing? Orchard or something. I don't know exactly what that is. It looks like Orchard.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a stock as well.
Oh, okay. So that's what they're saying, something around Orchard or something like that. Yeah, that's all they gave me, and everything else that they gave them, releasing releasing everything that you would release. I feel like you and your girl, you have some Akashic record stuff that y'all need to heal here, because it's like it's something with a past life, maybe like in Egypt or something, where this same scenario, the same scenario was taking place. So you need to, matter of fact, while you're right here, close your eyes. I'm going to cut the cord now. Archangel Michael, take a deep breath. Cut these cords. Take a deep breath and one in. Hold it for 3 seconds and then let it out. Okay, that cord is cut. Let me go to her. It's a release happening. This is going to happen over the next 72 hours. Nefertiti is stepping forward. I don't know what Nefertiti has to do with you or her, but there's some energy around this goddess coming in to help release something. I don't know if y'all were like worshipers of her back then or what, but she's stepping forward. Wants you to like find this new vitality with life here. So she's going to be helping for the next like 72 hours to release this. You may go through like maybe some cold symptoms or something. You're not catching COVID, you're just releasing, okay? Even if you have to go to the bathroom or anything, you're just releasing that toxic energy. Okay, so that's what that's from, that past life. Maybe if you could get like an Akashic record reading done.
It's crazy you said that, because I want to say like 2 weeks ago, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had a dream, and I was telling her, and it was like a dream where we was like back in that time, and I told her it was like we was in Egypt or something, because I remember like we was we was some type of part of the court, because I remember like
She was
when
a
they had like
priestess and you were a priest. So y'all like ruled over something. It was spiritual. She was a priestess.
Yeah, and I told her, I remember her like sitting next to me, like she was my wife in a past life. And then I remember Miss Nicky as well in the dream. Like she was something over us though. Like she was like one of the heads or something like that. But it was weird though, because it like the dream just came out of nowhere. Like I always have like random dreams, but half the time it like it don't have no meaning to me.
They have meaning. You just don't put together the pieces to the puzzle now. That's why deep meditation needs to occur, because I tell my clients to do it like 40 minutes, a day. You can do it 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening, and your mind is going to run rampant. But it's just about bringing yourself back to the awareness of where you are, really being within your body, feeling the aches, the pains, the joy, the happiness, just in that moment, just being in that moment, not thinking about the past nor the future, just being in that moment. And as you do this consistently, you won't have all that scattered all over the place. You'll just be able to go into a point where it feels like you're back in your mom's womb and you're able to create. It's just a wonderful place when you get there. So just keep going on the path that you're on. And I feel like things are going to be okay. She just don't, I just get this energy of she has expectation about something. Like she has expectation for you to love her more and give her deeper intimacy, not just sex, just lay with her and just rub her, or just, how you see like on Facebook, them people like just each other's hair and shit, like just intimacy.
She does tell me that I need to be more intimate. Like I ain't always got to be hard.
It's deeper than sticking a penis in somebody.
I mean, it'll be hard for us, man. We try, but we just.
You've been conditioned though to be this way. That's why the masculine energy right now is so emotional, because y'all releasing, your bloodlines are releasing. The white man.
One of the things, Empress, he got to get up and walk. He's in a wheelchair. He got to get up and walk, and that's what makes it hard for him.
I was gonna say that another thing. Yeah,
I know he was gonna tell her, but give him the energy of getting up and walk, because he was told a long time ago, get out that wheelchair and walk. That's what he needs to do, because that's where the problem's coming in, right, Ken?
True.
It's a little bit hard.
Yeah.
Let's get up and do it then, get up and walk. If you know that's what you need to do, don't hold back, because if you don't succeed, in this lifetime and find the achievements and stuff, they gonna send you back down here to do it again. That's just how it is. Yeah, we don't want to come back and do the same shit again with these same soulmates being fucked up. Excuse my language, but it's time to move on. So let's do it. Let's do it. We ain't got nothing but time, space, and energy. Let's do it.
Yes, I agree.
But release this stuff that you holding on to.
You got 4 sisters. 4 sisters that's giving you confirmation. So what you gonna do?
He gonna get up.
Yeah,
I know he is.
Yeah,
he gonna get up.
Because his take one of them tantric classes.
We both actually starting a program. I think tomorrow. So
you are.
She's trying to lose weight, and I'm trying to stand.
You're gonna do it. I have confidence in you, and we worked on you a long time. You're gonna do it.
Yeah.
This gonna be the year.
This is the year of miracles, signs, and wonders. So I declare and decree you will get up out that chair this year and you will walk. I declare that under the universal law. You hear me? You're going to get up and walk this year. You are.
I say. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming by, King. Christina.
No problem.
And if you want to, I think their numbers are in the link, whatever, if you want to get their number like that.
Okay, no problem.
Greetings.
I think one of the young ladies was writing something down. I guess you can get back to me.
Word.
Child.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, Yeah, you need to yeah, I'm gonna write down my number because I'm gonna put my number in the chat. You can just call me because I don't want to hold nobody else up.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Christiane, how are you?
Yes, I'm doing well. Thank you so much, Nikki, for inviting me. And I'm one of Nikki's students. And hello to everyone. My question is regards to my brother and also my business. I want to know if my brother is going to fully recover from COVID. He's been going through a lot of hard time, and I tried what you told me yesterday, and for some reason he's still not recovering yet. And as far as my business, because I lost my job last year, I decided not to take the shot, and they forcefully fired me. So I just want to know what direction I should go into my business, and like if it's even worth going to court with these people. So yeah, thank you.
Did you get the pine needle? Did you get the pine needle for him?
I'm ordering that. So that's the only thing that I didn't have in the ingredient. And my brother has been resisting. So I've been telling him that he needs to just be open to the medicine, and also like, speaking gratitude before he takes the medicine, to direct him.
Because how is it going to work if he didn't take it? See, the thing about it, the pine needle was what gets rid of the COVID. So that's important. The pine needle, more important than everything. As soon as it gets in the air, it's going to kill the COVID. Okay. So make sure you get that. And he don't get no choice to refuse. Tell him if he wants to get better, then he needs to do what he got to do. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Don't listen to him. Put that diffuser in there. Put that pine needle in there. And let me tell you something. Leave him locked in there and let it go. Let it run.
Okay.
May I get one, Nikki?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go get the canned cherry in the canned food and get about 2 or 3 of those and have him chew the cherries. What happens is the cherries are in the deadly nightshade family. And so the COVID, when the COVID will eat the cherries and it kills them. And so if he had, but you got to have him emulsify it, because some of the COVID stays in your salivary glands in your mouth. And so he has to emulsify it and hold it for 30 seconds and then swallow. And it's not that expensive, but they're the ones like when you go in the grocery store where you buy the canned food, you know what I mean? And they're in a, but and the cherries help kill the after effect. Like with people that after they have the COVID, they still feel bad because there's something about that COVID bacteria, how they mixed it with that bat, that deadly nightshade, because actually cherries are poisonous to humans. It's just not enough poison to kill us, but it's enough to kill bad bacteria in your body. That's why, like with people, I think that have gout, they tell them to go get tart cherry.
Cherry juice, yeah.
They tell them to go get cherry juice because the nightshade in it helps kill the gout.
Gout, yeah.
I mean, like that.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Is your brother married?
No, he has a girlfriend.
How long you been with his girlfriend?
I think about 3 years or 2 years now.
Do you see anything she doing in the arts, like spiritual work?
No, I know her and we don't really get along very well. But no, I don't see that.
From personal experience, it's kind of like it's a root on them.
It's a what?
A root.
Roots, okay.
A hex.
Oh.
That's what I'm getting from it.
Wow, okay. Like she put a hex on him?
Knowing or unknowingly.
I see, okay. Because she does have like some sickness, body sickness herself. And sometimes when she's around me, she can be very negative. I've kept my distance from her, and finally I spoke up to her because I've been avoiding her. And because some things I feel it's needed, I had to speak up to tell her, like, we need to get along.
So when you go to your brother's house again, just take some pink Himalayan salt and put it in the corners.
Okay.
I don't know how you could hide it from her, but if you could get some dry coffee and put it in a little cup, you don't have to put water in it, and put it on the windowsill and see if it's his attitude towards you trying to help him.
Okay. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Star Child, you see something with her?
You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can hear you now.
Why have you been stressing over a business, a job? What happened? What happened with disemployment? Maybe I missed something.
Yeah, so last year, like they mandated the vax, so they didn't really give me a chance or anything. They just said I couldn't come back to work if I don't get the shot. So financially, I don't really have income coming in. So I didn't even get an unemployment. So I was gonna plan on appealing with unemployment to see if I can get that. But my only source of income is doing Uber Eats, and I opened up my business, but it seems like I'm all over the place because transitioning from 9 to 5. My mindset is like, what do I do? Like, what am I good at? So I can just start this business running.
Okay. Stay focused. It's going to run. Everything is going to, I'm just saying it, going to blow up. Who is it? Do you have a daughter, a little girl, maybe about 10, 12?
No, no,
girl?
I don't.
Do you have a daughter?
No, I don't. No.
Yeah. Okay, a niece. I'm seeing her with a white dress on. Sleeves cut. I don't know who
Not
this young girl
sure.
is. I'm
Because
just
my
seeing.
cousins are grown now, but I'm not really sure.
Okay. So I don't want to get deep, but I wonder, when you was growing up, were you molested? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So how old was you?
I think around 4 that it started.
Okay. And then another time around about 10 or 12? Maybe?
I can't remember.
Okay.
When
it happened, did you have on like a white dress, a little like a sleeve cut off? Do you remember?
No, I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Okay. So you still holding on to the hurt, like most of us, but you got to let it go. Okay. Use that. It'll help you with your story.
I see. Okay.
Okay, because
when you said little girl, I thought of myself when you said that.
That's why I was just sure. I was like, is this her? Because it's like
My
you were
inner
just
child.
standing. Yeah, it was almost like she was just standing there. No movement, just standing in a spot with arms down, straight along the side of, like arms straight down, just like standing in that one spot. Almost like
I had a lot of verbal abuse with my aunts-in-law, so it caused me to be very still and frozen.
Yeah, that's still like in one place. Okay. So I need you to see her dancing, right?
Okay, love dancing.
So I need you to visualize her. When you go in, I need you to visualize her and visualize her dancing. When it starts raining, send her out in the rain.
Okay.
Let her go out in the rain and dance.
Okay,
Dance
get loose. Okay.
Just let her dance, because it's like she just stuck there still, and so much fear, like afraid. You know what I'm saying? So much fear with her. Just let her out and dance. Okay, ground your mind. Even I need like deep breaths, like for about 15 minutes straight. You can still breathe because you're still breathing when you're doing it. But I'm saying that's what you need to do. You need to
Okay.
do it a little bit more often. Deep breathing and pushing it. You have the gift of almost like blowing energy, somehow like healing it through a blow, like
Okay.
Like breathology?
Huh?
Like breathology?
Yes.
Yeah, like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
Yes.
teaching.
Because that's what I'm saying. It's more so like when you blowing on it's almost like the healing all around. Use your gifts. It's like
Okay.
you're not really using them. You know what I'm saying? All
Mm-hmm.
your fear and your hurt and everything is holding it back.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
You have to
Okay.
release. Deep breaths, very important. Very important. Okay.
Okay.
And start
Thank
using because you're very visual. Like you know what I'm saying? So make sure that you let it play out in your mind. You know, and then I want you to hold energy. Do like this. When you get a
Okay.
chance to be quiet your mind, and I want you to see the energy. See it
Okay.
inside of your hand. Just pull your hand apart
Mm-hmm.
slowly like this. Once you quiet yourself, let it come maybe about 9 inches. And then just like try to kind of like pull it together. You'll see that it's like there's a magnet of energy or something inside preventing you from your hands wanting to touch each other. Take that and put that in your heart. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, you need to
Thank
put that
you.
inside your heart.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Give yourself some love energy. You need to
May,
love on
may, I-
you for me.
Mhm. Thank you.
You're
may I
welcome.
say something?
Yes.
Christina, do you have a
Yes.
pencil? You have a pencil with you?
Yes, I have it right here.
Okay, I want you to write down the Constitution.
Okay.
I want you to write down Title 1, United States Code 112,
Okay.
and Title 1, United States Code 113.
Okay.
And then you're going to put in the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 5.1.
Okay.
And then go back and file your appeal.
And sue their ass. That's what you do. Get your
Yeah.
money, girl.
Yeah, file the
Okay.
appeal and your unemployment. But you need
Okay.
when you put those in, that nullifies that code,
That's
because
right.
you're going to the Constitution, you're going to say it's cruel and unusual punishment that they will force you, especially not the Supreme Court that ruled that is unconstitutional. And then you're going to deal with that the unemployment, saying that you can't make unemployment when basically you were forced off your job is unconstitutional. And
Okay.
that rule 5.1 is the rule where you can constitutionally challenge anything. Okay.
Okay.
And Title 1 USC 112 says that you can have a constitutional hearing in any environment, even in a tribunal. Okay. And
Okay.
your unemployment thing, you do your appeal and shoot your shot. You know what I mean? Like that.
It's
And
already done.
yeah,
Thank you so much.
you're welcome. See,
You're
I can't
welcome.
read, but I be learning some love. You know what I mean? Like that.
He could read. He's another one faking. He could read too.
Yeah, he faking.
I was about to say that. Nigga, you
Yeah,
said
he
Thank you,
can't
Miss
talk about
D.
he can't read. He could read too.
Mm-hmm.
You see,
Whatever.
he read me before. He can read.
Exactly. He
Yeah,
could
boy,
read.
you
Try to
put
make
me
up.
on the street. I'm like that. You know.
You would have think well don't like to read, but y'all can read your asses off. Stop playing. Stop playing. Y'all can read.
Adinkra should go ahead and knock out David Chappelle because he had that weekend. Y'all came to see me. He had me crying. I'm like, this man is funny. I love being around you. I appreciate you.
It was nice though, y'all. But we wasn't taking nothing. I ain't taking nothing that I don't know that come from the bush and a shaman that's in the bush, whether they're from Peru or anywhere else. I'm sorry, y'all. I couldn't do it.
But it's cool. I mean, it's multiple paths, so it's cool. you know, like that. I'm cool with it. I mean, you came and you support me here, so that's good. I bet by now I knew before you got there what was going to be your stance on it. You know what I mean? I know. So it was cool. But anyway, but Christina,
I told you could read.
Stop playing.
They play too much.
but
But
you know,
I'm not gonna say it didn't work for some people. It just don't work for me. But if people want to try it, because I've known that it does do good things. Unfortunately, with me, I took it straight from the snake's mouth. In Africa, the elder mothers give you the snake. They put it in your mouth from the snake's venom. That's how it's done in Africa. So I had it straight from the snake's mouth. But anybody else that's putting something together, I can't do it. Just can't do it. But I'm not gonna say don't try it because it's an experience. I know a lot of people have had good experience, and what I liked about the fact that they were doing it is that it's helping to awaken and get rid of a lot of energy that all of us need to get rid of. You know, we're coming into this new energy, and it's very important that we shed all of that so we can move forward. We're getting ready to rise again. Our people getting ready to rise, and I mean rise up here. So it's important that we get rid of that energy, that extra energy, that we shed all of that. And if snake venom helps, I don't give a goddamn. Do whatever you got to do it so we can move forward because we've been through enough as a people. So I'm going to leave y'all with that.
well, I think what's beautiful, go ahead, Dana, and then I'll add my little piece.
No, go ahead, please.
I think what's beautiful is that when you look at what we're doing now, this is proof that we're going to make it through. It's like we got multiple readers that's, you know what I mean, working together. And that's just so powerful to me. You know what I'm saying? And helping people. And that is, you know, really important to me. That at some point, you know, we're more and more will be able to flow and function, you know, with what we do.
Yeah. That's
Christina.
important. That's important.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, Nikki has my number. If you need me to help you with trying to put that together, you know,
Okay,
thank my
you.
number. Yeah, like that.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I will.
You're welcome.
Christiane is one of my divination students. You know, we teach how to read with the stones and the bones and the shells. So she's one of the students. She's learning to read with the mat and the stones and stuff like that. But Christiane, remind me to give you the number. You can text me and I'll give you his number. Okay.
You know,
okay,
I had a reading like that. This brother in Baltimore, he trained under Malidoma Pratis Sumi, right?
I know
like that. And he read because he was like, before you get free, you're gonna have to learn how to master 2 elements. That's what he told me. He's like, you're gonna definitely have to master 2 elements. Yeah, it was deep. That brother was very deep. You know, and I'm sure y'all may have heard of Malidoma. You know, you read
a lot of his books. He got a book called Of the Water of the Way.
I love that book.
Yeah, that's a good book.
I love that book.
But it's important. I just like to teach because there's many ways to read, and you know, especially with Africans in America, our sisters and brothers, I want to teach them a lot of different ways to read because you know, you got the Indians and you got the white folks that are monopolizing on the tarot. You know what I mean? But it's our time now. So if I can teach y'all multiple ways to read, because I read with water, I read with fire. The divination mat is something I had for years. That's part of our traditions and our culture. So we read with bones, stones, rocks, all of that. But I want to teach my people so they'll have that over them. Because when you go online, all you see is the Indians. The Indians and the white folks, all the sites. They monopolize it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And then you see a group like this where
guarantee you this, you know how to read with some bones.
Yeah, that's powerful. Yeah, I agree. Because that's what I say, I try to bring in, you know, like you a seasoned reader, but I always try to bring in somebody their first time to show that spirit is working with all of us. We're opening up like crazy. And, you know, I've tried to get my daughter to come on again, and she's getting ready for it. But let's go. We're going to come to you, Granola girl, but we got an iPhone. iPhone, you there?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I guess that's me. This is Monica. Hello.
Yes.
Peace
Yes.
family.
Monica. Welcome to Ring
Hi.
Monica, I'm gonna let them have you because Monica's another student, but she's in indigenous training. But I'm gonna let y'all do her because I already know her.
Hello, everyone. I don't know where to start. I guess I would start with my issues with my son, where you see us in the future getting along. He has a daughter that I have custody of that's, she's just turned 6 years old. She's a darling. And just kind of wondering where we're headed with him.
Unmute, Star Child.
Did he just have surgery or something, or supposed to be having surgery or a procedure or something?
No.
Okay. What's going on with him?
He's got a serious history with drugs.
Okay. Okay, okay. You need to reach out to him. When was the last time you talked to him?
Well, he lives with me. He's here.
Okay, okay.
And when you get done, you need to come help me with our homework.
Okay. Dana, can you do me a favor and take over for me? I'm gonna let you take it. Can you take over for me?
With pleasure. With pleasure. Ma'am, your baby is a baby and he's acting like a baby.
Yeah.
Okay. And so until he you stop treating him like a baby, he ain't gonna stop having temper tantrums like a baby.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And every spirit that anybody or thought form that anybody could think to come against you, to stop your progress and stop what you got going on, is gonna come through him. Faster than any person that work on your job, any man you are in contact with, any female that you hold conversations with, anybody that has any negative thought form, it creates a spirit. That's what spirits are, thought forms. Mm-hmm. And it's coming through him. And it'll be okay for a little while. Y'all be okay. But just as fast as y'all were okay, it'll switch up to another spirit. And it's never the same.
Yes.
Ma'am, you have to allow that bird to fly. And until that bird is a free bird, it's always going to have those debilitations, as they call them.
Mm-hmm.
And those debilitations are acting out in substances. Now you got a person under the influence of spirits in your house.
Yes.
Which is not conducive to changing that in your grandbaby. Because now it's a full-fledged example of what not to be.
Right.
In a full costume of what to be, if that makes sense.
It does.
Let that grown man be a man. It's not your fault. Now, you can, and I would suggest that you take accountability for what you did.
I do.
No. Take accountability for what you did, because you're still doing it. Okay?
Okay.
And from there, now you gotta let that baby go. Because the only way that he's going to, when he grows up, for real, acknowledge that you helped was by helping him stand on his own.
Right.
Here's the difference when these I call them empty seaters have a place where they can come in and sit and get at you. It's another thing when you're protecting yourself from it and you don't allow that to pierce your energy. It's a difference. Mm. But if it's like glutton for punishment, stop doing yourself like that. You don't deserve it. Your baby don't deserve it, and neither does he. But you got to start with yourself first. Think about yourself first. And I would suggest that when you hang up tonight, you go on YouTube and you pull up Yemiya's song. Right?
Yemiya's song?
Yemen Yah. You could put in Yemen Yah's song.
Okay.
Yemen Yah protects the babies. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
You're protecting your baby, but your child baby, your son is not a baby no more. But you're allowing entities to come in to your peaceful place and disrupt it.
Big
And
time.
you have to take accountability for that.
Okay. I guess I really don't know. I don't know how. I have a problem with letting go, I think.
That's what it is. That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have to stop. It's not your fault. His choices that he made when he became a grown-up are not your fault. Okay? So forgive yourself for thinking that it's your fault. It's not your fault. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? But when it comes to now not allowing him to be a man, all that hurt, all those emotions that he's feeling that's causing him to go and get on substances, he's being mounted by multitudes of demons. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Multitudes. I'm talking about it could be 5 or 6 different extremely low vibrational entities coming upon him at the same time to attack you. And he probably won't even remember it tomorrow. But it's hurting, it's killing you.
Right.
We've
seen those. Yeah, we've seen those entities on in his face.
The spirit say stop. And stop it now.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that.
So you also have to, I'm just hearing pity. Almost like pity party. It was so loud. Please don't be offended, but like this is just how it came, just like pity party. Like, so cautious with, even with him and yourself, like I understand how it is to have to come outside of yourself, have to raise your grandchildren and blah, blah, blah. Been there, still doing it. Sometimes we got to let go too. We gotta allow the process. We slow the process up sometimes. Sometimes we are the one in the way. We look at them, but when we move, it's another word is for it's tough love. Pretty much same thing Dana's saying. Tough love. You had to get to that place where you just like, well, you know what? Look, I'm already raising the baby. And even though he's a man, I'm raising 2 babies, you got to let them know and stand your ground. Look, this is enough, because she don't need to see it. It's a girl, right?
Right.
Okay. She don't need to see it. She don't need to see it. It's like she's seeing all that. Yeah. How old is she?
6.
6. Yeah. She already feeling. Do she see him like that?
She has. It's been really bad when she was younger.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that she's seeing, and this is beginning to traumatize her. And it's what is she being? She in school?
Yes, kindergarten.
Okay. Why do I feel like is she being bullied?
Not that I'm aware of. I think there's one little boy that she talks about all the time. But I'm sure he's not bullying her. I'm pretty sure. She protects herself pretty well.
Okay.
But I think he bothers her a lot.
Keep eye on that little boy. That's what I'm saying. It's coming from a male. So keep eye on around him. But she's holding it. It's going to turn to anger, just to let you know. Yeah. I'm seeing her being very angry, violent. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it's going to turn to her. She's going to be expressing it. So
yeah,
push mad love energy to her. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? She need a mommy daughter day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because her energy feels there's pain even for her to be so young. I don't even, it just amazes me how they hold so much in their energy, even at a young age.
She's very spiritual too. She's very, very intelligent.
Yes. Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah, she is. She's very spiritual. Yep.
Yeah, look to her. Look to her. Meditate with her. That's what I'm saying. Meditate with her.
Okay.
Every day.
Yeah. She's gonna start telling you about these shapes because I'm not sure if she already told you about the shapes that she been seeing.
Not maybe. I don't know. Maybe
Drawn them on a paper, folder in a folder, a blue
yes,
folder.
yes. Lots of pictures.
Yeah, in a blue folder. Okay, so yeah, meditate with her.
Okay.
Use your mind. Tell her we're gonna play this game and play the game with her. Play the mystery game. I love that game. With though you guessing, tell her I'm thinking of a color, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
tell her what color it is. You know what I mean, tell you what color it is.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's the right color, you keep playing. Whoever wins gets the next shot. It's going to help her with her intuition. It's going to help
Mm-hmm.
her. It even is going to help her heal. And I'm seeing a almost like a warrior with white on, with a skirt, with a gold belt. Are you by a picture? Like a picture with like almost somebody with a white helmet on, white shirt, gold belt around is a male skirt, almost like
Oh,
an Israelite.
there's a picture. My uncle painted a picture years and years ago when I was a little girl of Jesus, and he's got like a gold halo around his head.
Okay.
Goldish brown halo, and he's got the robe that Jesus wears. I come from Christianity background, and this is a picture that he painted himself, and that's why it's hanging there.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm sitting right in front of it.
Okay. So I'm seeing it. So well, I don't know. I feel like she's gonna be seeing some images like that in her dream. Ask her about it. Ask her about it. So so she can talk to you about it. But as far as him, yeah, you gotta send him love energy and help him fight what's on him. It's gonna get worse.
Yes.
But then it's gonna get better. But it'll be all right.
Yeah, we've been around and around with this for the last she's 6, so it's about 7 years now.
Yeah, and he gotta want to change. Right.
Yeah, he's not
we done did everything. Still don't want to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The spirit say stop it right now.
Yeah, I'm exhausted.
Monica, the only thing we never did a dollar, Gian, did we?
No, we talked about it.
Okay. That might be the next thing we need to do. Wooden dollar, but listen, the other thing is we could put if he lets me, we could put the medicines in his body, remember?
Mm-hmm.
We could put the medicine, do the cuts and put the medicine in his body.
May I ask a question?
Uh-huh.
Is Empress Makita still on here?
Yeah, she's still here.
Yeah, still here.
Break that cord.
I'm sorry.
Can you break the cord?
Yeah, I can break the cord. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you do it now?
Okay. Take a deep breath in. Hold it for 3 seconds and let it out. Archangel Michael. Lord. It's a stubborn cord. Lord have mercy. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, the cord is cut. It is burnt as well. The only way this cord will be reconnected is if you reconnect it. Okay? It is cut. You're going to be releasing for the next 72 hours. Archangel Michael is around you at this time, and Raphael. Your Metatron, okay. Archangel Metatron is also around you. I feel like he's trying to lead you towards something. As far as I don't. Okay, I know she was talking about shape, so sacred geometry or something like that. I don't know. It's something with like sacred geometry and shape. So, Star Child, weren't you saying something about that to her, or was it somebody else? I was just listening. I didn't know if it was her.
I was seeing it like the granddaughter is. She's seeing it a lot, drawing it even.
Okay. So, but I feel like it's trying to get a message to her as well. So look up sacred geometry, how it could like, transform your life and usher in positive energies. Just look into it, and also look into like Archangel Metatron. I feel like he is your angel. Do you write a lot or something? I'm getting writing, something around writing.
No.
Like you're supposed to be writing or scripting or something.
No.
Okay, maybe you should start scripting. Do you know what scripting is?
Kind of.
It's coming from the voice. It's the voice speaking it.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I didn't hear what you said.
No, somebody else said something. I said you need to definitely start scripting. I just feel like it's something that you need to manifest, that you talk to you and your ancestors and God about, that you want it to manifest. I'm not going to say exactly what it is because I don't want to bring any energies towards your manifestation, but you need to script out what you want and act as if you're already living it. So if you want that new car, say driving that new BMW, it's white, it has like 8V power, whatever, just put it in there and just write it out, because it's something that you're supposed to be manifesting, because Archangel Metatron would not be here if you weren't manifesting. He's like Enoch. Enoch was like the scribe of God. So it's something that you're supposed to be writing that he's helping you manifest. Okay, so but those cords are cut. You will be releasing for the next 72 hours. You may feel like you're under the weather, or other little things. I'll put my website in the box there, so you can go look at like the care plan or whatever, like the different symptoms you may experience doing cord cutting and energy healing and stuff like that. So, all right. Any more questions?
Monica.
Uh-huh.
Good night. Go ahead, get in the bed. Let me ask you a question. She said if you did some type of writing, you do deal with journalism, so maybe that's what she's picking up.
Oh, maybe so, because I am writing a lot of things with our classes and journaling. Yes, I am.
So Empress, you're right. She does deal with some type of writing. Okay.
She's supposed to be doing something else for a manifestation. It's something that you're supposed to be manifesting that you need to tap into, because he is definitely like, when I'm looking at your energy, like he's like right beside you, big as day, and with like a sword. He's ready, for war. He is not playing.
What are you waiting on?
He is ready. He's like, let's get this manifestation.
The
Because
thing
I feel
about
like
it,
whatever you're manifesting is going to not only affect your family and your lineage, but your communities and other people as well. So it's very powerful energy behind this. So you need to start writing and scripting certain situations into your life and the lives of others as well, because you have that power of writing.
Oh, okay.
So there you have it, Monica. So she's right. So you probably, because you do it anyway. So there you have it. Only thing is, Empress, we don't teach the traditions. We don't teach about archangels in the African traditions, though. So we just believe something different. But Monica, do listen to her, because she's right. You need to start manifesting. She's right. I see it.
That angel was right next to her, though, so I see that bad boy.
No, and it's okay. No, let me just explain something to you, Empress. In African traditions, we don't get into the angels like that. We have different gods and different tribes that we teach about. So I'm not doubting it. That's what you see. But with the traditions, we don't teach about. That's not in Africa. You have your own gods. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm Hebrew, so I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I'm gonna come from it from my, my way and my tradition as well. But I respect it. I respect it, love.
But that's what I'm saying. You might see him, but at the end of the day, she needs to do what you said because she is a writer. She writes a lot, so I do want her to make sure she does that. You know what I mean? Because
absolutely,
you're right. She's supposed to be doing it. But Monica, go ahead and take that advice and run with it because she's right. And pay attention because she said that the cord will be cut within 72 hours. So like she said, you're gonna get a little tired and stuff like that. That I do believe, is good for you too.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. You have somebody else? I think somebody else is raising their hand.
Yeah, I thought Granola Girl was there. Granola Girl, then she put her hand down. You there?
I feel her too.
And I put my the care plan thing in the chat so she go back and look at any symptoms and stuff that she may be having. Okay.
Okay. You hear that, Monica?
Yes, thank you.
She put it in the chat. You know how to get to
No
the chat?
problem.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Monica. And where is she? I lost her again. You there, Granola Girl?
I'm here. I'm driving.
Oh, okay.
I'm here. I want to ask a question.
Please do.
So
Then we'll be to you, Mike.
I had an issue at work. Same thing with this vaccine mandate. The court has now ruled that they have to go back now and have this temporary restraining order and preliminary injunction issued for a group. It's a group of people. I'm included in a part of that group. And I actually work for an airline. So I'm a flight attendant for an airline. I have actually been doing health coaching and yoga since I've been off work. However, that's always been my business. That's something I've done pretty much almost like all my life. I always tell people. But I'm having issues really thinking if I'm going back to this job because of the energy that just surrounds that whole incident, because I've worked there for such a long time. So Spirit tells me to just leave it, let it be. I just want to know what you ladies are getting from that, from what I just said.
Listen to the Spirit.
So my birthday is actually October 27th. I always listen to Spirit. And one of the reasons is with all these, the airline is 100% vaccinated according to the CEO. And I've been out, like I said, since November. And I'm hearing a lot of other flight attendants and pilots speaking of pilots coming out of the cockpit and having heart attacks in the galleys. So I've had a lot of people already call me and say that these things are going on at work. So I'm just curious to know surrounding all that, what you feel, because I'm listening to a lot of the readings that you're giving to people, to everyone else, and it's just rocking me to my core over here. I've been driving for the last 2 hours.
Well, I'm seeing that you're afraid of change. And this whole new age is about change. And so it's good that you get a head start in that. Big ups to you for not getting the shot and for standing your ground. But understand when that little voice in the back of your head says you should go back to work, it has nothing to do with your ancestors and righteousness. It has nothing to do with Mayat. It has nothing to do with your well-being. So stop being afraid of change.
Oh, I've never been afraid of change. I'm not afraid of change. I've never been. I take change on. So I've never been afraid of change. I've done a complete 180 on my life. So from November to now, like I said, although I've done what I do already, I've done a complete 180, even in getting clients. So I've done a complete 180. So
what I'm saying to you is stop fighting the spirit.
Right,
Nope.
because everything you seeking for is already in.
Right.
The
Stop fighting the
fulfillment,
spirit.
wisdom.
You're being combative upon something trying to help you.
It's subconscious though. It's not
It is.
conscious.
It's
It's
not
subconscious.
it's very subconscious. But that has to do with what you eating, what you seeing, what you're watching, who you're talking to. You need to fast, is what you need to do.
I'm a health coach.
Too many different people pulling on energy.
I eat very clean and ready to go. I'm getting ready to do a fast. That's what was funny about that you said that, because I was actually getting ready to do a fast.
Do it till I can do it right.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you.
It's like you seeking, and it's almost like you just seeking too much from too many different people. You got to find one and choose and kind of stick with that one if possible. Because, it's like you're a little bit of everywhere, energetically. Energetically, you're a little everywhere. It's like slow down, sitting down, quietness, going into self. Because all your answers is right inside of you. And they've been making it clear to you, but it's like, it's almost like Empress said, it's like you hearing it, but you're not. And Dana also said too, you hearing it, but it's like you're not getting it.
Are you Aquarius?
When's
your birthday?
A lot of earth in her chart. I feel earth.
Yeah, when your
I'm
birthday?
a Scorpio, 10/27.
Oh, that makes sense.
Do you your moon and your rising?
I know one is Aquarius. I know one is Aquarius.
You got that energy.
I think Aquarius and Leo, I think.
You got that. You got a lot of Aquarius energy. That's
My
that.
son's an Aquarius too.
That's that. Got that. I know, right?
That what?
I know. and that's it's okay to a degree, right?
Yeah.
But I need you to quiet yourself and make it a ritual, even if it's for the next 45 days when you fasting and you cleaning out your gut. Quiet your mind, quiet your spirit, quiet your soul for at least at the time that you fasting, those amount of minutes as well. It's clarity that needs to be brought. It's like you in a chaotic spot right now. It's like chaos, and you're looking for those phone calls. You want the people to come and say that everything is fucking up.
Yeah,
stop seeking for that drama.
Yes, like you're seeking for it.
Stop! Don't do that. It's okay. The spirit saying to me that, okay, you could do 3 months of them telling you that everything is in complete chaos and people passing out and dying, and heart attacks and strokes and rashes and all types of stuff, right? That's going to be how many years? Is 3 months worth 3 years of your life, of your time, of your energy? You got to quiet your spirit, baby.
Honestly, I don't put energy towards those things. I just said people have called me.
Subconscious.
I don't put energy towards that because I've actually pulled away from a lot of people since this thing has happened.
Baby, you just told us. That means you put energy towards it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
Where intention flows, energy goes.
And so
let me ask you a question. Is this what was your question? What was your original question?
About leaving? About if I should go back? What was my original question? Was it something with the airline? I can't remember what my original question. I think I asked about something with the airline because I know like it's something that I am not really, because I was actually going to stay out. They're actually getting ready to put us back to work, I'm sure, or say that we could come back to work. I just wasn't going back for the next year or so.
Okay, well, what spirit is showing me is that you don't need to go back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing I'm saying, Nikki.
There's something going on in the air right now that you need to stay away from, and your ancestors want you to stay away from. Okay.
All right. Beautiful.
Follow your
Same
spirit,
thing.
because spirit is saying don't go back. Not yet.
Okay.
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 That's-
Beautiful.
And you're gonna be fine. You know, keep listening to spirit. You'll be fine, but it's not a good time to be up in the air. That's what I see.
All right. Fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you, goddesses.
You got this.
A pleasure. You're great.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sitting down here, cut some fish, and it got a lot of bone. So I'm taking it off right now, and I was starving, so I had to eat. I'm sorry, y'all.
Me too.
Yeah. I'm sitting up here starving my ass off, so I'm eating my fish. But I guess that's it. You got any more, Yusiko, before we get off of here?
I have a question.
Okay. Who's that?
What is it?
My name is Corey. I'm on Nikki's Initiates. I want to know about how my business is going. Sometimes I think I'm just losing customers for unknown reasons.
I'm gonna let y'all answer that. I already know Corey's situation.
It's a spirit. It's definitely a spirit, though. I definitely get like some type of like. It's like it's not even like it looks pale. So it's definitely like a demonic spirit that is kind of attached itself. In your business, do you smudge a lot? Like, what do you do? Because I keep saying like Angelica. You need to use Angelica around your place of business to keep those spirits out of there. Because there's something attached to the place.
I do construction and security installation and cameras.
Okay, it's something attached to that energy of that company, and it's something around that. So, yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I feel like, it will start to pick up. I'm sorry, my son. Give me a second. Give me a second, baby. Thank you. I see that it will pick up around like the month of like June. But you have to it's just like you have to do some spiritual work. It's something attached to, that energy of your money.
I'm feeling it from his energy too. Like there's some things that you gotta, some soul searching deeper in you. You have to change up. You have to look inward.
I say bring your spirituality into your business. Do you read shells?
Yeah.
All right. So before you walk in, you should probably get there a little earlier and read your shells to find out how you should move. And that's going to bring in your money.
Like a couple of jobs I've been to was like a couple thousands of dollars. Put an estimate on the job, and by the time I leave the job and get probably 3 minutes away, the customer said this. The problem might have fixed itself, or they're gonna get somebody else.
Right. That's called a block. That's called something is standing in the way. So like the sister said, it is spirit. But it's up to you to use your gifts to break whatever it is that's holding up.
Yeah. It's a test. It's just a test. It's a test on your spirituality. Like it's a test on your authority on how you want, like she said, how you gonna move. So it is a spirit though. Like, so she's definitely on.
Are you thinking sometimes that is not, that, well, I hope something don't come up.
Pardon?
When you start, when you reach out to the person and you already set things in line, are you starting to think, well, I hope this person doesn't bail out?
No.
Okay.
Like I'd been to a job, I think last month, put a price on a boiler. Boiler wasn't working at all. I test the boiler, nothing worked. Leave and go to the store. Was going to the store. The lady called and said the boiler come on. I was the most surprised man in the world.
That's because you put your energy into it. You have to. You have to literally create your reality. You have no other choice. You're allowing other people to have the say so. It's your say so. And unless you do it, somebody else gonna do it. Something else is gonna do it. And so I would suggest that you, since you read shells, you know how to move. So you know when to waste your time and when not to waste your time. Then you know what jobs to take. That job that you holding back because you got 2 or 3 jobs before that one, you'll take the 4th one before the 3rd one because the 3rd one is full of shit.
Yeah.
So start to bring that into your cipher, your spirituality. Read your shells, baby. That's your gift. And in that, you become a master of that.
Stop second guessing yourself.
Yeah, master it. Your spirits around you once you become a master. And if you can't become a master of yourself and your gifts, then you gotta do this all over again. And they don't want you to do it all over again.
Sure about right now, I won't do it neither.
You understand? That's why I was a breach baby. They pushed me back in here. I didn't ask for that. But you have to. You don't have a choice.
Start over 25 years of hard earned work in school.
And give them some fresh water with some ice in it. They like ice. Whoever it is likes to chew on ice.
That's my aunt.
Yeah, keep that ice on that altar, baby.
My aunt was an ice eater, eat ice all day.
And she had money too.
Yep.
And she ain't tell nobody about it either.
She was an accountant.
That's right. So keep up is what she say.
Ice all day long. Chip
All
chip
day.
all day.
Give her some ice and keep that ice fresh.
It's like she loved this one chair. She had this one chair, a favorite chair.
That chair's in the Caribbean.
It's everywhere she is, though. Everywhere that ice at. You better.
That chair was a single chair by the door.
That's it. Was a single chair. Yep, just sitting in there.
And watching TV.
My sisters, real quick, tell me what y'all see, because Corey had another brother that was doing work on him. He was Haitian, right, Corey?
Yeah.
So tell me, you seen that? Do y'all see that?
Yeah, I seen that. That shit's over with.
Okay.
It's just a matter of getting the residue away. It's like pouring out an ashtray and you spill a little ashes and then you wipe the ash with your hand and there's still that residue there. You got to get a towel, wipe it up. You wet that towel to wipe it up. And so the way the spirit is saying it to me is when you throw in your shells or you throw in your bones, when you pick them up to throw them again, you wiping away the residue. But you got to start there first.
Corey,
you got to.
No, he don't have bones. Corey, you don't have a divination mat, do you?
Yes, we do.
Y'all did. I forgot I did do it with y'all. Okay.
He has to master that. That's where the problem lies. That's where the blockage is.
Hear that, Corey?
Yeah.
Corey, he could see the Dana. He could see very well, but Corey's lazy sometimes.
I can see that. That's what I'm saying. I was saying to do it to make it a ritual. Like before you go on any job, before you talk to anybody, before you go and pick up any supplies, throw your bones. And that could be 20 times a day. You get to the point where you like, I don't feel like going into the gas station. Let me see what the energy is going to be. And it'll tell you when to move. And then you'll find out.
Sometimes that do happen. I went to a job, what was it, last week? I was literally in the garage. No, in the garage, where was I? Yeah, I was literally in the garage, sitting in my car with 2 screwdrivers in my hand. Spirit said to me, you need to go home. I eased the car right out the garage and drove straight home.
Right. But that's the energy you got to be at all the time. Because those same spirits that brought you out of what your brother did are the same spirits that came through to help you with everything that you're doing right now. Those are the same ones. And so every time you are not obedient unto that energy, they're going to give you a hardship. They're going to cause something to happen to make you feel like you have to run to them. And if you're not running to them, you defeat the whole purpose, which causes more strife.
That's understandable.
So just do it.
Corey, you listening to my sister?
Yeah, listening. She's on point.
You better listen to my sisters. They're trying to tell you something now.
Yeah, but give your aunt, man. Listen, and everybody you got working for, I don't know if you have an accountant right now, but she will possess them to make sure that your money quadruples what it's supposed to be. They'll give them the knowledge and the laws, the tax laws, to give you to be on that level that you know already you are. It's not so much so that you're trying to get somewhere, it's already done. You just trying to manifest it in this 3D, 4D reality. It's already done.
The young lady talked to right now is an accountant. The tax, accountant.
Yeah. So, ICE.
You talking about the one you're with, Corey?
Yeah.
Oh, she does it? She's going to do it for you?
Yeah, she got 19 years in the business.
Okay. So like Dana said, your aunt is going to possess her to do what she got to do for you.
That's
woman
right.
To no woman.
Wow.
We were talking about that last week? Up to last week.
Oh, really? See?
Yeah.
All right, let her handle your business. That's your woman.
Just do it.
They're very sharp at numbers. Very, very sharp.
Well, then she's the one that you need to be dealing with your numbers and your business.
Trust it.
Corey, you been taking spiritual baths a lot?
For this last 3 weeks, no. Before, yes.
All right. Well, we should be getting Phoebe, you on here too. We should be getting that package from Africa. We should be mailing out today. So Corey, you need to do your spiritual baths. You need to do them at least 3 times a week so you get that protection that you need because you're not doing your baths. You know what to do.
I was having them, but I need to get back to the lady. A couple of times I was going there, but the store was closed.
I'm talking about the soaps we sent you. Where's all your spiritual soaps at? Where's your money soaps at? Where's all of that at?
The last one,
you used it?
The money one, that's about 1 more hit in it. The other one, that's done about a month now.
So you need more money soap too.
Both of them.
All right.
I'm scraping the bottom.
Huh?
I'm scraping the containers.
All right, don't worry. I just made some. I made 2 with the Ajay. So I'm gonna send you some money soap. You, Phoebe, and Woody.
And the protection soap I need, yeah, because I'm scraping the bottom of the money soap. The other one, I done scraped that out already.
So you need some more protection soap too?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think somebody wanted to say something to you. I don't know if it was Star Child or Dana.
Who is me? Is there a lake or a river around you?
Lake, river. As in small or big?
Small.
Doesn't matter.
Lake
Corey, I think there's one. I think there's one in West Orange somewhere.
Yeah, there's one in West Orange.
Yeah.
Can you put your feet in there?
And my friend got one behind his house.
And you put your. She said, "Can you put your feet in there?"
Yeah, the one behind my friend's house, I can do that one.
I'm talking about the apples behind your friend's house.
Maybe that's Orange.
Can you find a creek?
I think so. Yeah, I think where's that? That's yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You need to go step in that water and cleanse your head with it.
Yeah, that's in the recreation center. Yeah.
Yeah, go step in that water and commune with your ancestors in that water. Dance in that water.
And I'm seeing a tree.
Yeah, and then go to the tree.
Yes.
And touch the tree with both hands. Put your third eye on the tree.
How's the west? How is the first eye, y'all? How's the weather up in Jersey? It's cold.
Like the lottery.
Was it warm today?
It's like the lottery.
Well, you need to do what the sister said.
Tomorrow is rain. Tomorrow is rain. Tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday is rain. Thursday, 68. Friday, I can't remember what day. But
All
Thursday,
right, well,
68.
Rain, y'all gotta feel rain is a blessing.
Right.
No, don't be scared of the rain. You could do that.
No, I'm not scared of it, but it's gonna be cool in 2 days.
Do it in the rain.
You don't want to freeze your feet is gonna freeze in the lake.
It's sacrifice.
Exactly. Corey,
Yes, please.
take the advice of the sister and do what you gotta do. Okay?
So feet in the water.
And the tree.
And the tree.
And put some of that water on your crown.
Crown, yep, on your crown chakra. Yep.
Okay.
Right there where your first eye is at, Corey. Put it right there.
Bare feet.
And let it drip down. Don't put it on the crown.
Yes,
like
put on your crown. Let it drip down.
Let it drip down.
Right.
So you going bare feet?
Yes.
Barefoot, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can put a clear quartz on your forehead. Yeah, like a cat. Like when you sleep.
Uh-huh.
Put a clear quartz on your forehead.
You'll see.
Yeah, it's time to get off because it's 11:30. It's been 3 hours.
I got one here somewhere. I think I got one here.
There's so many great things that they have waiting for you. But this is not the only business. I'm seeing there's another one.
They got one thinking in my brain.
That's that quartz.
Start the process. Start the process. I'm gonna start the process. Start the process.
Crazy. He's supposed to be doing this work.
Huh?
The other business is him doing his spiritual work because he's very powerful.
Exactly.
Yes, spiritual.
Exactly.
Four times.
Master it. You could teach it. That's what you're supposed to do. Master.
Mm-hmm.
That's a third person that say that for the year.
Yep.
But see, Corey's in training right now, y'all. The third, he got to do a second initiations. They all got to get buried, and then we're going to Africa next year. So Corey has to go to do the certain training because he got to have discipline.
Right.
But Corey does well. He does well, but he's supposed to be doing spiritual work.
That's without being seen.
Uh-huh. So Corey, take the advice of the sisters. You know what I mean?
I got it.
Empress has her hand raised.
All right, so I just had a question because so I've had like 5 different people come to me in the last 2 weeks and says, that I'm supposed to be having a child or something. My mother actually came to me in a dream and she said the same thing. And I keep having dreams about twins. I just want to know what y'all pick up.
You want to have babies, or you trying to have businesses?
Both, baby, both. I have businesses now. I have one baby.
So then you'll have one of each. What do you?
Okay. What did you say?
What do you want? Speak
I
it so
guess-
it comes down.
One of, I mean, shoot, I would, I guess I want a child. I do. I want a child. I definitely do. And I guess I want my businesses as well. What'd you say?
Have you ever been pregnant before?
Yes, I have one. Mm-hmm.
You have one?
Yes.
But did you ever lose one?
Not that I know of.
Or have an abortion?
No. Mm-mm.
Because I keep seeing there's one that's walking with you, but I keep seeing twins around you. So you're going to have some twins.
Yeah, I see the girls. I see the twins too.
Mm-hmm.
I've been seeing the twins for a long time. I was trying not to speak, but because I've told her that I've been seeing them for a long
She just
time.
wants some nieces and nephews. That's all she wants. So. She's saying it, but
right.
Great. Empress, you're I don't know. It looks like maybe about this summer, towards the end of the year, you're gonna be getting pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. That's the plan. Because I mean, I'm working on my business right now, and I want about 6 months to really iron out everything. So that's right on point. Thank you, Spirit.
Yeah, about the end of this year, you're gonna get pregnant. I'm gonna say between September and November.
Wow. Okay. I just wanted confirmation because my mom just kept commenting. She's like, "How in the hell you gonna take care of 2 babies?" And she was like, "I was just like, damn." So she's coming to put me on D.
You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be just fine. Usually, you heard of the Ibeji twins. Usually, you have twins. They're blessings. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna get all the help you need. I got my cousin. She having twins right now. I took care of my brother's twins, and blessings were coming from left and right. But usually they call them my baby twins. And when you have twins, you're gonna be blessed. Don't worry about it. You're gonna take care of the babies. You're gonna be just fine.
Yes, I am. And you said 2. Y'all said 2 girls or a girl and a boy?
And Star Child said 2 girls. I'm seeing a girl and a boy, but
Star Child, I'm gonna send that little girl. I'm gonna send her over there. I need
I'm gonna send her back.
balance. I don't need 2 of me, okay?
You definitely, the female is definitely gonna be strong. She's gonna be very intuitive.
you know what?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when you see, you can actually see it. Maybe one of them might have been a girl or boy and coming back as the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to say nobody's wrong or right, because at the end of the day, we do see 2 babies.
Mm-hmm.
We do see 2 babies. So you could have 2 girls, you could have a boy and a girl, but they'll reveal it to you before when you get pregnant. In the beginning, you're gonna be revealed what you're gonna have.
Okay.
Your mother is gonna come show you in a dream again.
Yeah, because I had a dream that she was in there and I was like, "Where are my babies?" And she was like, "They're with their father." And I went in and I saw them under their dad or whatever. But yeah, it was magical. So this is beautiful. Thank y'all. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Can I get a reading?
Wait just a minute.
Hey, Senku.
Hey, peace, greetings. How are you?
All right.
But we're gonna have to do 2 10s because I gotta be in bed by 12. So
okay.
You know what I mean? Okay? Because I gotta work tomorrow.
This is Star Child Mother.
Go ahead, peace. How are you?
How you been?
I've been wonderful.
That's
Yeah.
good. Can I get a reading?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just gonna limit the time, okay? Because I gotta be in bed at 12. And I think we got a couple more people that waited. Go ahead.
What's your first name?
My first name is Della Reese.
Della Reese, like the actor Della Reese, okay?
Yes.
That punched Eddie Murphy in the face, okay? You got a beautiful soul. How your stomach been? How you been feeling okay? I've been seeing you having some stomach problems.
Yeah, I have a overlarge gallstone.
Okay.
And I have asthma and COPD. And I just got out the hospital yesterday.
Oh wow!
But I'm a highly faithful person, and I just need to know what's going on with my life.
Spirit is saying that you need to change, for one, change your diet, and Spirit is saying you need to revert to natural things to help heal your body. There's a product you can get called lung support, and you should start taking that for your COPD. Have you stopped smoking, or did you smoke, or you stopped? Or you still smoke?
I stopped 21 years ago.
Yeah, and you're the second person I heard that stopped smoking and got COPD 20 years later. That's crazy. But what I see is that there's like you still have a chance to you can heal your body.
Okay.
And I don't know, do you have diabetes?
Yes, but I'm on a borderline because she say my diabetes is 6 and below, which is perfect.
Okay, so you're borderline diabetes. What about blood pressure?
My blood pressure is good.
Okay, all right. So Spirit wants you to, and I asked that because Spirit wants you to do a water fast, a 3-day water fast, reset your body.
I drink close to 40 case water less than 3 weeks.
No, but did you eat with it, or you did a complete water fast?
I ate with the water.
Okay, Spirit is saying you need to do a water fast for 3 days if you can.
Okay.
Drink nothing but water to reset your body. Okay.
Okay.
Also, there's natural things I want you to look up to help with them gallstones.
Okay.
Right. And also for your lung, for the COPD, for your lung support. Okay. Once you do the 3-day fast, the ancestors is going to work with your body and begin to reset your body to start helping you heal. But you also got to help too. You're gonna have to change your diet. You can't eat fried foods. You can't eat none of them good, foods that you like to eat. You gotta cut them out.
Okay.
Okay. And your body will heal because I don't see that you're that old. So you can work on your body and work on that. Also, too, as far as your life goes, like I said, you got a really good spirit, but who's the man that I'm picking up around you? Somebody you talking to or that lives with you that's a man?
Oh no, nobody live with me but God.
Okay, what about, is there a man like that you talk to? Or could it be a son or brother? Somebody, there's a man I'm picking up around you.
It's my might be my son.
Dave,
yes.
Okay, who's Dave?
He's a friend that I met through my daughter's friend.
Okay, so I am picking up now. Do you like him?
Yes. I never met him.
You have a wife?
I don't know.
Dave got a wife.
He got a wife?
I don't know if they're still together. I'm not seeing clearly if they're still together, but he got a wife.
Okay.
And it sounds more like Reggie.
Yeah.
Okay. You deserve what I'm gonna tell you, and then everybody wants to tap in. You got a really good spirit. You deserve a good man in your life. I see that you've been through some things, okay?
Yes.
Long story short, your ancestors want you to let go and move on. And first, they want you to focus on you healing you. Make this about you, getting your body together, maybe doing a little exercise or yoga or something at home.
Well, I go to the water and swim. But can I ask you this? Okay. I lost my son in 2016 through diabetes. And I think he's been visiting me to tell me that it's okay to let go.
Okay.
And I'm trying to let go, but it's easy saying than done. And my heart hurts for him.
Well, you know what, Delarice, everybody has a number. We all have a number. We don't know when it is and what time it is. Your son was here to complete his journey. I like to say it's from birth to death and death to life. So he's living now. That's why
Right.
it's important. You know, he's coming to you. You can still talk to him. See, we get
Right.
so attached to the physical body, we don't pay attention to that breath, that air, that inyama, which is that energy that really lives. That's the soul. Your son hasn't gone anywhere, just the physical body. And his body just couldn't stand to be here no more. But he hasn't left you. He's living life right now. And your son's doing very well. And he does, you're right. He does visit you a lot. He stays with you a lot. He's worried about you being alone.
Yes, he is.
Mm-hmm.
You're so powerful. I can just feel it in my chest of what you're saying. I just feel the power and the truth and the support from you that's so strong right now. I feel it in my chest.
That's the ancestors that's using me. Your ancestors that's using me. You're gonna be fine. Trust me when I tell you. Don't worry. Focus on you and loving you. And
Okay.
focus on doing what Delarice wants to do. And you'll
Okay.
get compared. You're gonna get companionship, but be careful of that man, because I feel like, you know what I mean, he's not being honest about some things.
Right.
Okay, but do talk to your son. Star Child, you don't want to set up an altar for your mother to have so she can go there and give
My mom.
I'm gonna have to hit you on one with that, Nikki. Yeah, but I think I feel like you picking up the energy from Reggie.
Okay.
Reggie.
No, not you, Ma. I think Nikki
Oh.
picking up Reggie's energy.
Oh,
Is that
okay.
what you're feeling from Reggie or Dave? You sound like a whore. I'm just joking.
No, she don't. Look here.
I'm sorry. I communicate with my mom like that. I love her the most.
I know, but she's single. She could talk to who she want to talk to, right? So
Right.
at the end of the day,
she's not.
Okay, I got to be the sergeant of arms. You know what I mean? But Mom, feel free to get Nikki's number and call her. Okay, or Tammy got her number.
Yeah,
okay.
And I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. It's just I got like 15 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
give me your number, Nikki.
Michael, you got a
okay,
question?
Star Child, give your mom the number.
Yes, I will give it to her.
Okay.
Look, I want to just thank all of
I don't-
y'all. Think crew. I want to thank you. I miss you. I love you. I want to thank y'all for allowing me to get on here and get a read. And I love y'all so much. And I just pray to God that y'all continue to go to where, as far as y'all need to go, to help whoever you need to help. And I thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Mom.
Thank you so much. We love you too.
Mom.
This was
I don't have
call. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I want to piggyback on that. I wanted to say that when she talked to hi Star Child Mom,
Hi.
I wanted to say that the sense of warmth and love that on this call was extraordinary. I was listening to the time that I got a chance to get on to listen and hear everything from everyone is extraordinary, especially in the time that we're in, where we're transforming to the higher beings that we're becoming.
Right.
And I just wanted to say and just give a shout out to everybody that's here and everyone that I know and everyone I don't know. A beautiful call, and we should do this more often than but definitely that's all I wanted to say. Beautiful call, and yeah.
And I
I'm
agree with
glad
you.
you got a
This
chance to,
combination has been like dynamite. Yeah.
Hey,
y'all been on it.
Crew.
Yeah.
Saint Crew, I need to hear from you. I need to hear what you think.
Mom, we're going to send you the number. I'm going to send you the number. I'm going to send you his number. Okay.
Okay, one more call. Ray. Let's do Ray. Thank you, Michael, because I agree. I love this combination.
Yeah, I just had a quick question. It ain't gonna take long. I appreciate y'all for being on here. My question was, there's a video game company that I wanted to work with, but I was unsure about how to reach out to them, because it's always ideas that come to my head of like inventions and all type of stuff, but in particular, like video game development. So I was curious about this company that's kind of fell off a little bit, but it's a legendary company, and I have a lot of ideas that I think could bring the company back up. But I'm unsure about how to reach out to them, and you know, what would be the best way. If Spirit was to give me information on how to reach out to them, what would be the way should I reach out to them?
May I?
Yes.
All right. So at some point in time in your lineage, there was somebody who scribed. That was very popular in this conversation tonight, scribing. Somebody who wrote code or did hieroglyphics or glyphs or something. You need to tap into those spirits. And they'll tell you how to create your business plans and whatever else you need to do to get in contact to at least have that spirit also be around while they're reading it to catch their attention. That's how that works. It's like an algorithm. And so you need to tap into those spirits. And it's just as easy as just saying all of my ancestors that scribed or drew drawings or wrote books or wrote journals to come upon you and to teach you how to articulate yourself in that way.
Okay.
Would you like to know who?
Yeah, I would like to know who. Yeah.
It's a female, and it's a female 6 upon you, if that makes sense. So you're talking about your great grandmother on your mother's side.
Okay.
Now, I don't know how far you are from Washington, D.C., but you can definitely go and find out who that is and call her by name.
Well, it was a
Indian.
lady that came to me in my dreams, and she had like she was rubbing me on my shoulder, but I was trying to figure out who the lady was.
Yeah, that's her.
Did she look like an Indian?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was kind of like she had like poofy hair, and it was real long. And I want to say I seen somebody had a bandana on or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm seeing her. She's her Indian, even her features, everything is real strong. Energy, everything. Is this the same person you're seeing, Dana?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I would suggest that you get her name because that's the power in saying her name. She wants somebody to say her name. She's been traveling in between these realms because nobody said her name. And so you got to give her that power so that she can give you the power to do what it is to change your whole bloodline.
Okay. How many times down was the great? How many times down?
5. So it's your grandmom, your great grandmom, your great great grandmom, your great 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 grandmom, there's your great 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 grandmom, there's your 5th on great grands.
Okay.
And if you go to Washington, D.C., they have that information, and you can either go to her grave, and I would make it a ritual.
Okay.
And another thing, brother.
Look for Mary Ann. Look for Mary Ann.
Mary Ann.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They said Mary Ann Williams. Mary Ann Williams.
Okay. I'm gonna do that. Let me write that down.
I was hearing that S strong. I thought it was in the beginning. I was just saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I keep saying Mary Ann Williams. They should Mary Ann Williams. Look for that name.
Okay. And I appreciate y'all again.
I appreciate you.
Thanks for coming in. Okay, hey, family, all my readers. This is streaming live on YouTube, but it's gonna be replayable. I know some of the people have left, but would each of y'all give y'all information so that as people visit the channel, they'll be able to get y'all information, please? And
Who going first?
So I put most of it in the chat, you know, that you can reach me on my cell phone.
but that chat won't be on the YouTube, huh? So put it, let's say if somebody view it tomorrow,
I was
right?
saying it. Okay.
You see what I mean? That's why I'm saying give it to them so that if somebody see you and they want to do your work, because it'll be up on that YouTube for however long YouTube gonna be up. You see what I mean?
Okay.
All right.
All right. So my number is, again, this is Star Child 7. I am on Facebook as Star Child 7 Guys Phoenix. On the podcast, same Star Child 7 Guys Phoenix on Amplify. You can call me at 443-842-2257. Email me at starchild7b@gmail.com. Starchild7, the number 7.
Cool.
Yes.
And I am Dana Nash on Facebook, Dana Anad, well, Dana _Anad, which is Dana backwards on IG, Dana Nash 82@yahoo.com. I gave my phone away. And you can contact me on my email whenever. Or if you're in the Spartanburg, Greenville, Charlotte area, you could come to my restaurant, which is the Real Deal Philly Cheesesteak and Hoagie Shop, 1311 Asheville Highway in Spartanburg.
All right. I am Wunam, aka Nicky Love, and brother Winkler. You can reach us at 909-749-8626. And you can check out our website at WU, and it's Nancy AM and ANDADINKR, WunamandAdinkra.com. For readings, rituals, spiritual things, whatever you need, we got it. We do everything spiritually. Spiritual supplies, we do all of that. Again, 909-749-8626. Thank you.
Peace. Empress, you can't go out like that.
You all can reach me at 443-796-5468. You can also reach me on King as a spiritual advisor under the screen name Empress Makita. And you can also reach me at my website, Radiant Essence. So it's www.radiantessence.com. Okay.
Cool.
Love y'all.
And I appreciate all of y'all for coming out, because this was a beautiful one. I mean, they all were good, because but this one, it seemed like it was just a whole different flow. And maybe
Now you see, I'm gonna cut you for a minute before everybody go. I also am on King at Star Child 7.
And YouTube at Dana Vodou Creole.
Thank you. And
YouTube, Nicky Love, Wunam. You can look us up on YouTube. We do shows, a lot of shows on YouTube too. So it's NICKYLOVE, Wunam, WUNAM on YouTube.
Yeah, subscribe. Y'all been busy lately too. Y'all definitely have been busy lately. You know what I mean? Like that. And I'm Usiku Ill. I got that bomb organ to protect you from the 5G. Plus, I got organs that can protect your children and kids. You can contact me at 678-718-5480, and I'll get back with you. And with that, thank y'all for the Ring and Stone Network. Hopefully I can get this group back together. Somebody's asked me already when they're going to, oh, Brother Ray did. He asked when they're going to get back together again, to do the show. I won't burn y'all out, but maybe we'll find another special time before June. You know what I mean? Because we didn't even discuss what we see in the future. So that got kind of left out. But it was cool. It was beautiful. I really enjoyed every minute of it. Thanks for y'all from giving from your heart to help people that, at some point they probably would have had to pay somebody else. So I appreciate that. And with that, I'm saying good night, peace and love.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.